Hello, everybody. So sorry we're late. You can see behind us, me and Bill got stuck in a little bit of a snowstorm, so we had to shovel ourselves out so we could get prepared for marvelous Mother Tucker's Monday. So hello, everybody. Welcome. We hope you had a great weekend. We hope everybody recuperated from that large, huge marathon on Saturday. I think Amy's been sitting on a heating pad with some Bengay and some Geritol. I've been trying to push through, but it was incredible. Thank you for everybody who turned out. Bill, thank you for being an epic part of the event. Again, guys, invoicing for that, especially for myself and Amy, will roll out throughout the week. And again, thank you all for your continued support of all of these small businesses. But without further ado, Mr. Bill, how are you today, sir?
Things are good. I am in the Christmas spirit.
I am too. Can you believe next week at this time it'll be days until Thanksgiving?
It's coming so quickly this year. It's coming so quickly. It's, I think a lot of us who like to decorate a lot start to get in the panic. The rubber faces just came out today. So little by little.
Some of us have Christmas up all year round, and I don't think we're ashamed to say that we do. But yeah, it always seems to get here so fast and be gone so fast. So, well, again, guys, we hope you had a great weekend. We hope you're having a very good week. Remember, when you're here with us, forget all your woes, have some fun, have some chatter in the chat with everybody, make some friends, talk to some old friends, and maybe score some good vintage. We're going to say hello to everybody, and then Bill's going to explain to you how the sale's going to work. Then we'll go over how we handle our invoicing, and then me and Bill have some giveaways tonight. So we'll show you what our giveaways are going to be, and then we'll explain to you how you can get the giveaways. We each have one giveaway. So without further ado, let's say hello to some of our friends that are here in the chat. The first one that was in was Brian. How are you, Brian? So good to see you. I'm going to try to not repeat names. Rochelle brought it to my attention that there are times that Jason doubles and triplicates people's names. So I'm making a valid effort to not do that. So hello, Brian. It's always good to see you. Hopefully things are good up in the Northeast. Speaking of the New England area, there's our friend Helen, the New England Thrifter. Guys, I hope you're following Helen. She has a really, really fun channel. Her sales are really fun, especially, when she's sitting there with her friend Sandy and people like that. So please make sure you head over and give her channel a follow. She supports and, collaborates with a whole bunch of other channels. You can follow them through her by going over to her channel, and she does do all sorts of great content. So Helen, it's always so good to see you. Hope you're having a great week. There she is. There's our friend Karen Kennedy. How are you, Karen? So good to see you. Followed by the lovely Tumbleweed and Tumbleweed's mother. We got the lovely Mary here with us. How are you? There she is, the one, the only Karen Gillette. She's our official mod and bid ender for the evening. So please familiarize yourself with her avatar. She will be the one that will be closing out all of our auctions with a bid end. And you guys probably want to learn her lag so you can get those bid ends before she closes them out. Speaking of another mod and bid ender, our backup tonight is the lovely Holly Parker. Again, Holly and Karen, thank you both for being bid enders for us on Saturday. That was a pretty long event, and we appreciate you so much. And we just couldn't do it without our mods. Our mods are very important. Thank you guys so much. There's Simply Shenanigans. How are you? So good to see you here tonight. There's my mother, Linda Hellman, in the chat. How are you? So good to see you. The one, the only Don't You Know is here with us, all the way from Wisconsin, home of the luscious, edible, incredible cheese curds. So good. My mouth is watering a little bit talking about it. See who else is here with us tonight. And I hope I say this right, Anglia. Anglia, I've been practicing, so hopefully I'm pronouncing your name properly. So hello, how are you? Welcome in tonight. We have Lillian in the chat with us. How are you, Lillian? So good to see you. There he is. It's finger snapping time. It's the one, the only. It is Gavin of Grady Group of Vintage Recordings. Oh, it's soon going to be Christmas music time on this channel, on his channel. So if you guys are not following him, please make sure you do. He is the Mr. to the Mrs. Gillette family. He has a really fun YouTube channel. He plays a lot of music, different genres. He plays it on vinyl and on a turntable. Plus, he promotes all of us other channels. So what he'll do is if they purchase things from us or get things from any other resellers here on YouTube, they will showcase it and tag us. So it goes full circle. And again, to the Gillettes, thank you guys so very much for everything you do, not only for us, but other channels as well. Thank you. How are you, Linda? So good to see you here tonight, Linda. We got Jamie in the chat. How are you, Jamie? Welcome, welcome. See who else is in here. We got the lovely Deborah Williams. How are you, Deborah? There's Aunt Kiki. Good to see you. Good to see you, Lisa. And guys, if you aren't following Lisa over on Instagram, you guys, I'm telling you, if you say to yourself, I don't have a decorating or assemblage bone in my body, this lovely lady, Lisa, is going to pull it out of you, because you got to follow her and see the way she decorates, see the great vintage she has that she uses.
You see the photos from their shopping trip just recently. Oh, yes. My God.
Yes. Very good. You're right, Bill. So guys, if you're not following her, and I think Lisa's name over there is pretty much the same as what it is here. So if you guys just go over, and Lisa, if you could in the chat, put your Instagram handle, because I know it is a little different. Guys, you got to follow her. You won't be sorry. Hello, Tina. How are you? It's so good to see you. The other half of Mother Tucker's. Then we got the one, the only Buttermilk and Cream is here with us. How are you, Buttermilk and Cream? Keep on scrolling down here. We got the lovely Jerry. It is My Flea Market Treasures. So good to see you here tonight. Hopefully, again, I hope everybody had a great weekend. We have Weirna here with us. How are you? It's so good to see you, Noelle. It's so good, so good. There she is. She always puts a smile on my face. How are you, Pat Robinson? So good to see you. We are going to count down the days until we get to see the one, the only Patty Rose in the Adamstown, Pennsylvania area. So, Patty, hello. And I cannot wait to see you and the mister here in just a few days. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good time. We got Terry here with us tonight. How are you, Terry? Welcome, everybody. Welcome into Mother Tucker's, Marvelous Mother Tucker's Monday. We got Chris of My Broom Closet. It's always good to see you, Chris. Hope you are well. Thinking about you from time to time. Hope you're doing good. See who else is in here with us tonight. There's the lovely Philomena. How are you, Philomena? So good to see you. Greetings from down under. We do. We span the globe here on YouTube, and that's what I love. I think it's so unique and great. It's fun. How are you, CB? So good to see you in here tonight. We got the one, the only Dusty Moose in the house representing. How are you? So good to see you. There she is, Karen Lord. How are you, Karen? Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. See who else is in here with us tonight. The chat, it's weird. It's weird because with Amy hosting on Saturday, it is a different screen, and it does jump a little different for the host. So there she is. There's Glowy Girl. How are you, Glowy Girl? Always a pleasure to see you. And let's see who else is in here tonight. I think we're getting down to the bottom. Hello, Powdered Donut. It's been a while. I hope you're doing good. And that is the last one that I see. So if some more folks jump in and you say hello, we'll try to say hello to you before we get going. It's now time to turn it over to the one, the only Garden Guy Bill, who's going to explain to us how the sale is going to work.
Well, we can do this quickly tonight because we have 16 rounds of awesome items to deck the halls with. So the first thing I always like to talk about is the chat. I think you all know by now, you want to be in the best version of the chat possible. That's either live chat or all messages. If you see top chat at the top of your screen, you want to toggle out of it and be in live chat or all messages. You also want to refresh often, especially if you're someone who likes to chat so that you're most up to date, or you want to bid on something. The way you refresh, close YouTube, come back in, make sure you're in live chat, all messages, and you should be good to go. We love to talk in the chat. We love to engage. We love to learn. So please use it. If you've been around for a while but haven't been using the chat, let us know you're there. We'd love to say hi to you. And if you do have a question, just put it in all caps. That way, Jason and I will see it, because we tend to get in the zone, and we don't necessarily always, while we're showing something, see the questions. But our lovely moderators will bring things to our attention when they need to. About the sale, we have 16 rounds, as I mentioned, of offer up items. Many of them tonight are choice, just FYI, because we all have to deck our halls, and there's a lot of stuff to share. So what we're going to do is hold up an item or a set of items. Jason is going to pin the start price on the screen right where our names are now, and then the bidding can continue as we are describing the item, telling you anything we know about it. Hopefully you're telling us anything you know about the item, and we're telling you any condition items. We just like to remind you that obviously this is a vintage item sale. We are selling things that are previously owned. We like to choose the things that were previously loved, but sometimes there may be a condition issue or two that we need you to know about. If you have any questions about the items before you bid, please let us know. We're happy to answer them. Just to remember that a bid is a commitment to pay, and we also do an option over here on Mother Tucker's Monday called Just in Case, as many of you know. If you are really gunning for a particular item, you can let us know what your highest bid is by using the Just in Case option. What you would do is, I see your question, Dusty Moose. I'll address that in a minute about Helga.
Gosh.
If you want to use the Just in Case, you just type in JIC with the maximum amount you're willing to bid. And if you have the highest Just in Case before the bid end comes in, we will bid you up $1 over the next highest bid or the next highest Just in Case. Just in Case should only be used by people who have already been bidding and only during the countdown. As usual, the lovely Karen Gillette is our bid ender tonight. So that's the avatar, that's the account you are racing against tonight. If you do claim something from us tonight, we need your information. We need the following 4 pieces of information because we bill using PayPal. We need your YouTube screen name, your real name, your shipping address, and your PayPal email address. Now, you do not need a PayPal account in order to check out with PayPal. You can use other forms of payment, including Venmo. You do not need to log into PayPal. We're going to send you a link in an email. You follow the link, and you get to actually choose your form of payment, whether or not you have a PayPal account. So I think other than the fact that we would appreciate payment within 24 to 48 hours, especially this time of the year, because the postal system tends to slow down. We like to get things to you, particularly if you're putting them in your home for the holidays. So that's much appreciated. So just real quickly, Helga is in a box right now, preparing for her trip to Kentucky. So she has been replaced by my rubber face Santas.
Okay.
Helga has to go visit some friends for the season.
Okay.
So my name's Bill, if you don't know, Garden Guy Bill. I ship from northern New Jersey, East Coast. I use PayPal, as I said, and we both use an option online called Pirate Ship. And Pirate Ship allows us to get sometimes 30-40% off what you would pay at UPS or USPS. So it's really, I know, poor Kentucky. So it really is a nice option for shipping. I plan on invoicing. I plan on combining last night's purchases, if you were over with the pop-up Valentino sale, and I know a lot of you were, with tonight's purchases, and I plan on packing and invoicing by the end of the day tomorrow, Tuesday. How about you,
Jason? I'm Jason. I ship out of Pennsylvania. I own a brick and mortar called Mother Tucker's. So everything Bill said is the same with me, PayPal, Pirate Ship, but I can offer free pickup. So if you guys are in the central Pennsylvania area and you would like to pick up your items that you purchase, just make sure you correspond via email. We will invoice you minus the shipping. Once the email is paid, we'll communicate on how and when we'll get it up to the shop for you. There's a few little caveats for me shipping-wise. I was a little ambitious in thinking that I could get everything from the marathon packed today and tomorrow. So invoices will roll out still on Tuesday, but will probably trickle into Wednesday. So if you purchased on Saturday, those things will go by themselves and be invoiced separately for that. Like Bill said, if you were in the Valentinos last night and you bought, you have an open box, you'll have an open box if you purchase tonight. And then if you come over to Fantastic Finds on Wednesday with me and Enamour Amy and you purchase from me from that sale, I will combine those sales. If there's any other little caveats in there, like if you did purchase something really small on Saturday, we'll correspond via email one-on-one. But across the board, that's the easiest way to explain it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it. We do have some giveaways tonight. So what me and Bill are going to do is we're going to show you our giveaway. but it's going to go to the folks that purchase from us. So what we'll do is we'll have our sale. Then when we're done after the recap, because you might purchase something in the recap, then we'll go over how you can add this item or win the item from us. And I think they're pretty epic. So Bill, do you want to show what you have first, and then I'll show what I'm giving away tonight?
I do, and I had to bring a Pixie for my giveaway, and I brought this guy because
hold on here.
Some of you may remember, and I made a mistake. His brother got adopted earlier this week, and I forgot to bring them together.
Gotcha.
So this little guy, this stocking face, look at the nose on him. This is going to be my giveaway today. This awesome with the little ballet feet. I think he's awesome. So. Yeah.
All right. So if you guys purchase from Bill, you will be eligible to win that later once we get through all our rounds. Now, guys, I'm in Pennsylvania. I drove almost 40 minutes to one of my favorite shops, which is American Daydream. So if you guys are not following American Daydream, they are a fun vintage shop. They're right outside of York, Pennsylvania. Please give them a follow. Just put in American Daydream and Instagram. I think they have a Facebook. Throw that in there. Now, they have an epic dealer over there. Her name is Atomic Betty Vintage. And last week, she posted that she was hand making these, and I had to have one. So she tells me that the Peppermint Pop is a kit. So it is a kit that she created and put together, but these eyes and the mouth are vintage. And if you guys are kitsch lovers, you recognize these eyes because these eyes are used on all the anthropomorphic plastic fruit, like the banks that were giveaways from the bank. She had some old stock, so she embellished it with the eyelashes and the lips. So
cool.
I got two for myself. I got one to give away tonight. And also, if you guys are interested in any of these, she has a limited quantity of them. So you'll have to go over to Instagram. It's Atomic Betty Vintage. And I'm sure if you communicate with her, I'm sure she'll either hold it in shop. I'm not going to speak for her. Maybe she'll ship them, but I'm telling you, they're worth every cent. So that's my giveaway for the evening if somebody purchases. So with all that said, we did have a few more folks jump in. Let's say hello to some of our friends. Now we're going to see if Jason duplicates. So we got Cheryl here with us. How are you? We got Holly Berry. We got Beth B in the chat. How are you? We got Franny B in the chat. We got Laura Orton in here with us. Hello. We got Melissa. Hello, Melissa. Let's see. I think I saw maybe one more. Oh, yeah, I knew it. There you are, Dawn. How are you, Dawn? And Dawn, thank you for the lovely words. She actually complimented on my reel about how good the music played to the items. That meant so much, Dawn. Thank you so much for those kind words. And I think that was everybody. And like I always say, if we miss you, it's never intentional. We do our best to say hello to everybody. And if I miss you this time, hello, Brian. I'll probably do it twice in an upcoming sale because that's what I do. So, all right, Mr. Bill, we'll get you going first. How much is your first item?
Susan just popped in. So hi, Susan.
Susan.
And Patty had a question.
Yes.
I'm just going to do a close-up. So this is not a chicken. It is a flat-faced pixie. And it's a rubber pixie. They're pretty popular from the 1950s and 60s. I collect them. This one's on a blue candy cane, but a lot of times they're ornaments. So, yeah, not a chicken, but, yeah, a pixie.
It could be a chicken.
It's not a chicken.
Okay, it's not a chicken.
$10, Jason. And I have a lot of three ornaments, and they're all snow people. And they're kind of up your alley, too. The first one I have is a styrofoam one. And you're bidding on all three. The lot comes with all three. I love this little guy with the holding the shovel. And the shovel is actually, it's either really heavy cardboard or it's actually metal. I'm not sure. But he's in fantastic condition. He is glittered styrofoam all over with one of those super cool millinery noses, those old millinery noses on it, and a felt hat with the hanger in really great condition. This is the first snow person in the lot. The second one is this guy on top of one of the satin Christmas balls with a spun cotton head. And we're going to say it. He is wearing gray. He is wearing great earmuffs because we know that snow people need earmuffs. This guy also has the same little millinery nose and a black top hat. Also has its ornament hanger as well. And then the final guy is a blow mold. It's this guy with the black top hat, and he's got a broom, and he's super fun. He is glittered all over. all over. He's got some red. He's got some red earmuffs on. However, he did have an accident. He needs another eye. So whoever adopts him needs to do a little hole punch with some black felt and replace his eye. So if anyone is interested, this lot of 3 snow person ornaments, starting at $10. Jill's in at 11.
Yeah, I got a lag on my end, Bill. Give me a moment here.
I just wanted to give sizes too because I realized people might not know what the scale here is, and I didn't measure these yet. Or an eye patch, that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Or if you're morbid, just some blood.
Okay. Yep. Helga had her way with him, didn't she? Before you shipped her.
Helga is not mean. She's nice. She told me I had to say that. So this guy's 4 inches long. This one's a little bit bigger at 5 inches long, and then this one is also 4 inches long. So we're looking for 12 or more. I'm going to count it down because we do have 16 rounds of great Christmas tonight, and this is one of my ornament rounds. So we're looking for 12 or more. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
I see Debbie Gutierrez in the chat. How are you, Debbie Gutierrez? I'm trying, Debbie.
Yeah, it is all fun and games until someone loses an eye. I agree. Thank you, Karen, for the bid end. Jill, thank you so much. These are coming to you.
All right. My first round is going to be $10 choice. These were actually left over and didn't get to be shown in the marathon. So it's going to be choice on Hankies, and you'll get the 2 brooches with them. Okay, so you have this gorgeous hanky. It has a bell on it. It has some poinsettias. The hankies have no stains. They have no smells. They're in pretty doggone good condition. They are still sort of pressed. So you're going to get the hanky in this lot. Let me show that to you again. You're going to get the hanky in this lot for $10. And then you'll get these 2 brooches. Okay. So this is going to be your first lot. We kind of tried to match the bells with the bell on the hanky. So Lillian, thank you. I see you in at 11. I see Nikki in at 12. So again, these will be your 2 brooches. They're in very good condition. They're not, all beat up. So you'll get those and the hanky. Okay. So that's your first lot. Your second lot will be another hanky. So this is the hanky in the second lot. So it has a candle and some bells on it. So what we did was we added a little candle brooch to it. So you're going to get the candle brooch, and then you're going to get this little wreath brooch. Okay, so that's going to be your second lot. I didn't measure the hankies. They are your normal traditional sized up woman pocket hanky. So again, you'll get the candle brooch, again, very good condition, with this hanky right here, with the hanky right here. What happened to the Santa on the top shelf? Oh, which one am I missing? I don't know which one's missing. I may have had some different ones back there on Saturday. So this is your second choice right here. And then your first choice, again, very quickly, was the lantern brooch. So you're going to get the lantern brooch along with the bell brooch. And then you're going to get this hanky, which I kind of like showing it from this side, with the little bell and the poinsettias. So we're in at 12 with Nikki. We're looking for 13 or more. We're going to go ahead and count these down. We are doing just in case for active bidders. Let's see how good I am. I'm not going to be able to hold it all up. So just remember, this was the second lot. This was your first lot. So we're looking for 13 or more. Let's count them down just in case for active bidders. From 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. There we go. So this will be your second lot. That'll be your first lot.
I love that hanky with the candle on it. I think it's
I do
so
too.
cool.
Plus with the I love when they add in the yellow. A lot of times you don't have yellow on the Christmas hankies. All right, there's our bid end. So Lillian had a just in case of 20. So that means Lillian, for $13, you get first choice. So let me know if you wanted the first choice. This will be number 1. So this will be number 1. It was the poinsettia one with the lantern and the bells. Or your number 2 was the candle, the wreath, and then the hanky with the candles on it. So that would be okay. Congrats, Lillian. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Bell.
$18, Jason. And obviously I don't know every glass item in the world, but I love finding one I didn't even know existed. And I went to my favorite glass source here in New Jersey this past weekend, and I found this. Jason, have you ever seen this before?
No, I
So
haven't.
it's gorgeous. It's this ruby pedestal candy dish made by Mosser, and it's actually called Sweetheart. And if you look closely, you see the heart right there.
Mhm.
It's on all sides.
That's
And I love
cool.
the fact that this is a tall and narrow candy dish. So it's not one of these big bulbous ones. Said bulbous already. And if you look at the top, there are also 3 hearts on the top. And, I just feel like the color is great for the season. It is a beautiful color. I agree, Dawn. And when I saw it on the counter, I was just like, the woman who owns this store is a glass expert. So she educated me on this. And apparently the Sweetheart is something that was really marketed around Valentine's Day. But I was like, this works at Christmas too. It's so pretty. And I love the fact that it is sort of this narrow pedestal, because oftentimes you see ones that are much bigger. So overall, to the top of the finial, it's 8 inches tall, and the opening is 3.5 inches wide. And I just think it's spectacular. That it's textured, and then it's the hearts are smooth, and then they have this really interesting smooth sort of eye-looking detail. The bottom also has a lot of texture on it, both texture and smooth areas. It's just pretty fantastic. I was so happy to pick it up. And it's a gorgeous, let me get black behind it, because it really is a gorgeous ruby. It's really, really red.
And what I love about Mosser glass is that looks so well. I think they mimicked Fenton with a lot. I know they did other glass companies, but I always think it's very in the style of like Fenton glass.
Well, this is the Fenton dealer that I go to. So
Gotcha.
yeah, she would know. So thank you all for your interest in this. I just think it's really, I was really happy to bring it, because Jason and I always talk about the fact that we want to bring something that you just haven't maybe seen before. Obviously, lots of you probably have seen this before, but I haven't seen it before. So it's fun to bring. So thank you again for your bids. I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown. Yeah, Jason would usually say, Monica, this looks like a Jolly Rancher.
It does. It does.
So if you are an active bidder, you can use it just in case if you would like. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. No, Patty, she's still open. She keeps sourcing new things. Jason, this is the store that has the going out of business sale, but it's like in their 3rd year of going out of business, so she can't stop shopping.
Who can?
So there is the bid end. Thank you so much, Karen. So Daisy Girl had a 30, and Melissa, with her just in case of 37, claims the item at 31. Thank you all for your bids.
All right, guys, $10 choice on my next items, and I'm always slow to the draw. So Tina came down. She told me what Santa you were talking about, Susan. The Santa that was standing behind me, he will be available the next Monday. He'll be available next Monday during our sale with Misty and Amy. So the Santa that was behind me during the marathon, he'll be available next Monday night. Okay, guys? So $10 choice is going to be choice on some Putz houses, okay? They are sort of alike. They're sort of different. If you guys are from the Pittsburgh region, you guys are going to feel right at home with these houses, because there are a ton of brick houses in the Pittsburgh area. Right, Bill?
Yes, there are.
There's only one condition issue. The one here in the end, it looks like they wanted to put a bigger light in it, okay? So what I think is fantastic about these is I've never had any that were flocked. So these are your Japan Putz houses, but the brick is flocked, okay? Now, they have all their windows. Now, there might be just a little split in 1 or 2 of them, but it's not punctured all the way through. But like the one I'm showing you right now, you can kind of see down there in the bottom, there is a little opening in it. So these are your smaller Putz houses. They have their little bottle brush trees. They have this gorgeous chunky glitter on the top. And then that one is in Stamped Japan. Which one was? There we go. So this one is Stamped Japan, okay? And actually, this was a series that they did. Bill was showing me one in the pack that he had, but I had known that they had done these before because I had these as a child. Now mine weren't flocked. So, but all the brickwork on here is flocked. Then they have the chunky kind of mica snow. And then these are the bottle brush trees on there. They're not the natural sponge that they would dry out. So you can see each one has a sort of different roof line. So if you're looking for a little village of brick homes, this would be great. Again, remember this one right here is the one that they kind of opened up a little bit more, but it really doesn't take away from it at all. So we're in at $10 choice. We're looking for 11 or more. The exact dimensions on these, they are about 3.5 inches wide by about 2.5 inches tall. And I was measuring the cardboard base on them when I measured them. So again, these are fun. You can mix a variety of these. You can mix them in with your plastic homes, Alpine Village, all sorts of things. So Lillian, I see you're 11. We're looking for 12. Let's go ahead and count these down. We are looking for 12 or more. So we'll go from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. This will be number 1. That'll be number 2. That'll be number 3. So if you want all 3, you can claim them off. You're the top bidder, but it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Lillian, we see you're just in case. Thank you so much. Right before the bid ends. So Lillian, you didn't need it because you had high bid at 11. So Lillian, you get first choice. You can take number 1, number 2, number 3. And again, these are all different. So if you did want a village, you'd have an instant collection. But again, you can tell me which ones. 1, okay. Number 2. So you got number 2. So now we got number 1 and 3 left. So Shanna, let me know at 10. Did you want the last 2? You can have 2 peaks. So it was number 1 and number 2. 1 and number 2. And I can watch the chat and you can take them both at your bid of $10 each. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you, Shannon. All right, Bill.
$20, Jason. And I have a mega knee hugger today. He's a biggie. And he's got that head that we were talking about before, like almost like the Howdy Doody head. She's got sculpted hair. So that's kind of an unusual piece. A lot of times they don't have that. But he's got a great face. Look how shiny this one is.
That's
and
good.
Look at those eyes. But he is a big one. And he's got the little jingle bells still on the top, on the bottom of his feet. I love this guy. He is 9 inches, 9-inch Pixie. They don't get much bigger than that until they get to be doll size. Still has its original hanger on it, in really good condition. The green is, I think, halfway between new and what we normally see. It's not horrible, but it is a bit faded. But it is so fun. Look at all this candy striping on it. It's just a really great Pixie. No longer has a Japan sticker. And if you wanted him to be a shelf sitter, I mean, look at how much space you got. I know a lot of people will put these out and put make a stack of toys or something. So, and then their feet dangle below. So a lot of options with a Pixie this big, a knee hugger this big. But he's super cute. And also his legs. The one thing that's really common with these larger Pixies who have these long legs is their legs don't stay hugged by the arms very well. But I can shake this guy and his legs don't come undone. He's just in fantastic shape.
I think we have 2 of these, and these are my favorite. These are my second favorite face, and the size of these are really good because, when you get a little gang of them together, he's like the big brother of all your little Pixies.
Yeah, and I think this one's been spending a lot of time out in the winter weather because he looks a little wind burned, a little tanned, this one, which I kind of really like. Because when you have as many Pixies as I do, you have to find some that just have a little variation so it doesn't all look the same. So thank you for your bid. I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown. So if anyone else is looking to add a larger Pixie knee hugger to their collection, now is the time to put in a bid, and active bidders can use a just in case to secure their bid. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Bill, do your pixies ever get together and have a conversation that they're mad that you're selling off some of their friends?
Maybe.
Okay.
But they did tell me they wanted to be in a different type of display this year, so I have a whole plan for it.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
All right, so KB had a 22, Jill had a 23, and Buttermilk and Cream came in with a JIC of 28. So Buttermilk and Cream, my dear, this is yours for $24. Thank you so much.
Remember, gang, if you are not subscribed to Bill's channel, please do. We made it very easy for you. If you go down there in the description, the link is right there. And maybe one of our lovely mods would be so kind to drop it in. Let's get Bill some more subscribers. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do so as well.
Jason, because if people aren't subscribed to my channel, they might not see when I do my first sale.
This is true. This is true. I didn't want to say that. I wasn't sure if you were okay to say that, but yes.
That possibly could be happening soon.
If you are not subscribed to Bill's channel, you're going to want to make sure. And if you are subscribed, please make sure that notification bell is turned on. That way, when, not if, but when he goes live, you'll be notified. So $20, and you're going to get both of these, okay? So these are the Taiwan crystal, Taiwan glass Christmas trees, but I found them together. I think they're from the same company. I think they're the same sculpt, so we're going to keep them together. So $20. I have a large one that measures 8.5 inches, and I have a small one that measures 6.5. And again, if you guys know these trees, you know that you can put them on a light base and light them up. So these are a little unique because they do have the taller top on them. Some of them have a stubby top. So if you're looking for some of the traditional glass trees, thank you, Melissa. If you're looking for some of these traditional glass trees that have more of a mid-century feel, this one does. Let me put some black behind this because it's getting washed out. So there you can see the top on it. And this one's an 8.5 foot tree, 8.5 foot. It's an 8.5 inch tree. Wants to be 8.5 foot, but 8.5 inch tree with no damage. There's no chips to any of those branches, no damage to the top. This one right here, there you can see the bottom. I know these are Taiwan because there was remnants of a Taiwan sticker that when I purchased these, they put another sticker on top of it. It came off. So I can verify that these were Taiwan, but the Taiwan is missing. So that was your first one that you're going to get. Your second one is 6.5 inches tall. This one, I know it looks stubby, but for these smaller ones, that is a larger peak on the top of the tree. And there you can see how great these are. Nice and clear. There's not even many inclusions in this. And then there is your bottom. So some of the 1980s, 1970s glass trees at their best. And again, you're going to get them both. So we're in at 20. We're looking for 21 or more. And the best I can do is show you with a black light. So if you guys were to uplight these, with one of those color lights, you could make these match any kind of decor. You just need the colored light. So they glow very good, especially if you put these in with some colored glass. So if you sat them in with like Bill's candy jar he sold, the red's going to radiate through these and give these a red hue. So let's go ahead and count it down. We're going to keep it moving tonight. Melissa is in at 20. We're looking for 21 or more, and you're going to get both of the Taiwan trees, 8.5, 6.5. Counting it down from 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Thank you, Melissa, for the 20. We're looking for 21 or more if anybody's interested, and you're going to get them both. No damage. Really, I love the peaks on them.
These look great with Putz houses.
They do. They do. Okay, I'm seeing some just in cases. I see Melissa's just in case. I see a 21 in there right before the bid end. Man, we got a lag here tonight. So it looks like, so guys, honestly, if you use the just in case, it'll probably secure your bids. And if you can get them in as early as you can, please. So Melissa for 23. Congratulations, Melissa. They're both yours for 23. All right, Bill.
So $10 for choice, Jason. I have two of the same. And these were items I didn't get to bring to the kitchen marathon that I was on this past weekend over on Instagram. I have two of the classic glass bake milk glass poinsettia mugs in amazing condition. If you're a milk glass mug collector, especially one around Christmas, this is kind of like a staple in a collection. But I have rarely seen them with no dishwasher damage. I mean, look at the brilliance of the paint. And both of them are like this. It does have the D handle. Both of them are in this good condition. Now, these are glass bake. They're not Pyrex. They're not Fire King. And glass bake is a little bit notorious for not finishing their edges around the surface. So that one's actually really nice and smooth. This one has a little edge to it right here, just so you know. And that's really in the manufacturing process. But these are fantastic mugs. They're beautiful for display at Christmas. Obviously, they're great to use. But there is a whole, if you're not familiar, there is a whole milk glass mug community where these are just as displayable as, you know, a $400 aluminum tree. So they stack nicely. That's the nice thing about glass bake. If you have other glass bake milk glass mugs, they're all the same size, so you can mix and match if you do like to stack and create towers. But both of these, the paint is just remarkable. So good.
You know, Bill,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, these make great gifts. If you guys are looking for a hostess gift, you guys could put a little hot cocoa packet in, put a little packet of something else, wrap it up in cellophane, and then it's a great vintage gift to keep.
And that's true. They're vintage. These are 50 plus years old, but they don't look it. So whether or not your friends like vintage or not, you're right. This could be a good thing. They are 3.5 inches tall. So they are a bit smaller than our modern mugs, but most of the old vintage mugs are a bit smaller, but they're super good, super good. So there are 2 to choose from. Right now, we'd be looking for 12 or more. Thank you, Shannon. If you didn't see my my post of my ice cream sundae tonight over on Instagram, go take a look. And that's all because Shannon gifted me a beautiful etched container for my rainbow sprinkles. So fun. Yeah, 13 or more for choice right now. I'm going to count it down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yes, Karen, I know it's not supposed to be, but sometimes it is.
Was it chocolate ice cream or was it coffee ice cream?
It was cherry vanilla.
Oh, so that was the darker hue to it. Okay.
I'm a fancy guy, Jason.
Your pinky's up bougie, Bill. I'm telling you.
All right. Thank you for the bid end, Karen. And thank you, everyone, for your bids. Lillian, you had the high bid at 13. Let me know if you would like 1 or 2. And if Lillian only wants 1 and you wanted 1, Linda, there's 1 for you. And if you wanted both and Lillian, those were the 2 bidders. So yep. Lillian at 13. Just let me know if you wanted 1 or 2.
All right. All right, guys. My next item is going to – she take up both of them. Good choice, Lillian. My next item is going to start a little bit higher on price point from what we've been offering here in the beginning. And I think when you guys see it, you'll know why. Because it's a really good piece of ceramic Napco. He is the Santa planter. They made 3 different sizes of these. There might even be more than that now that I say that. But traditionally, that were easy to source were 3 different sizes. There was a large size and a couple different other ones. But this guy here, he is not missing his cold paint. He is the harder to find in the Napco world of Santa planters. He is the pure white and gold one. So there is no damage on him. His spaghetti is super clean. There's no like funk in it. There's no dust stuck in it. The back may have had a plant in it at one time, but there are no chips. There's minimal crazing on it, and he is the smaller one. There's just remnants of a Napco sticker right here on the bottom. Thank you, Melissa. I see you in at 35. I think at one time he would have been $1.98. I wish. I'd take 10 dozen of them. The blush, the skin tone paint on him is in super good condition. These are usually sustain damage with their beards. For some reason, when I find them, usually the beard sustains some kind of damage. There's no repairs on his beard at all. I can't find any chips on any of the spaghetti. His gold is really, really glossy, really, really shiny. I love a good white Santa too, Dawn. I think it's just like swanky. Do you know what I mean? And I also think it's different. If you would put him with your red Santas, so if you had one of these in red and this guy in white, I think they're going to look really, really good together. Plus with this guy, for example, if you did like non-traditional colors at Christmas and you had like the Jadeite, I think that just looks good together. Mixing those two colors. You know, you could do a different lighter red if you want to. Hello, Angela. How are you? Good to see you. He measures 8.5 inches tall. So he's 8.5 inches tall. I think, Bill, there is a smaller one. You would know, but I thought there was. So he's like the second oldest brother. Okay.
And their banks.
Yes, there are banks, and they're holding different things. Some will hold holly, some will hold a bell. He's just waving Santa. So he stands at 8.5 inches tall, roughly 3.5 inches across, and then depth-wise, he comes in just at about 4.5 inches. So again, he is fun. These are fun to collect. I think these are probably in my top 10 favorite Santa faces in the ceramics world. And again, there's no issues with the spaghetti. Really clean. So we are in at 35 still. We're looking for 36 or more. So we're going to do a countdown. I'm going to bump it up to 20 because the lag got a little weird on us there. So bumping it up to 20. And we are doing just in case for active bidders. And if you're interested, please get that bid in. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Looking for 36 or more, or the bid end from Karen Gillette. Thank you so much, Karen. We appreciate you so much.
You are correct, Gavin. A green plant would look very good in that.
Yes, I did forget. I'm sorry. I'm under contract. Now I'm going to have to pay a fee. Dang it. All right, Melissa, you didn't need it. Congratulations. He's coming to you for $35. Congratulations. All right, Mr. Bill.
Jason, I also have a couple ceramic rounds for the holiday collector who really wants something special in their collection this year. So this one is going to start at $45 if anyone is interested. Okay. And I have this little lady, this little Christmas lady. It doesn't seem like anybody knows who made her, but she is lovely. She has no condition issues. She has just marked Japan on the bottom, but she's actually holding a little gift, which is a nice little secret. It's actually the top of a Christmas pudding.
This is good.
So the lid comes off, and it's a Christmas pudding. She also has a brother. And the brother has a rectangular package. I've never seen him in real life. And he has a little Christmas tree on his tray. But she is super good. If you look anywhere online to see about her, you rarely ever see the top package. It's usually missing. The last one that sold about 2 years ago did have the cover, but it had been broken and repaired a couple times. This one is in amazing condition. So if you're someone who likes to have the kind of ceramic in your collection that lots of other people don't have, and you want to hunt down her brother to get the pair, this might be for you. If you're a kitschy Christmas ceramics collector like Jason and I are, this might be for you. Look how pretty she is with the black behind it. So good. And so fun to see that she still has the little top of her gift, her little Christmas pudding.
This is good, fun. Bill. This is awesome.
Really good. She is a good size actually for a Christmas ceramic. She's 3.75 inches tall, and as I said, no condition issues. The wings are still present. They've never been repaired. The cold paint is in good shape. There are no chips or cracks on her. I will show you the bottom, but it is just a simple, the blue and white older Japan stamp, but really, really fun.
Again, Bill, I have never, ever seen her in person. I have seen her online, and every time I see him, like you said, the top is damaged or the top is missing. And that cold paint and the wings, 30, 45, so good.
And most people don't know there is a top. Most people think that this is actually the ceramic. But again, I think this is something for collectalors, a ceramic collector's collection, and we may not have. Okay, we do have someone tonight who's interested. So, I'm gonna actually, I've held it up quite a bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and count it down because I do have another ceramic round later on. So right now we'd be looking for 46 or more. I'm going to go ahead and start at 20 as Jason suggested.
Yeah,
So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. And I'm a nervous Nelly just because I've had her on a shelf for a while. I actually had it taped shut just because it was safe where it was, but I was just nervous about it.
She's so good, Bill. This one does not come around.
No, she's good. She is good. Thank you for the bid end, Karen. So buttermilk and cream, congratulations. She's yours.
All right. Now, guys, my next item is going to start a little higher, too. That's going to be $30 choice, okay? They're both new old stock. They've never been used. I have one set going. I know both sets work. I'll double check them again before I ship them out. It's going to be some new old stock lights, okay? Now, these are the mini Twinkle lights. What makes these so special is a couple things. So $30 choice. Number one, it's the packaging. Look at that Santa. This is made in Japan, so these possibly could be the very late 1950s, early 1960s. You can see back here on the back, it does say made in Japan. So I sell this for two reasons. One, right there is your display. You don't even have to take them out or light them up. And both packages are pretty much identical. There's no damage to the cellophane. The font on here, they are made by Bright Star. It's the Bright Star company. Just look at those graphics with the tree. So $30 choice. It is a silver background. It's a very animated Santa Claus. I think that is probably one of, outside of some of the Noma kind of lights, I think this is probably one of the neatest little Santas that I've seen. He's kind of like, whoa, everybody, pointing down. Look at that bright star down there. So now let me show them to you in action. My plug's a little wonky, but the lights are really, really good. So let's hold them up here. You can see here, look how they twinkle. They constantly twinkle. That's what you're buying. These are a set of vintage Twinkle lights, and they are the fun ones with the little tulip tops. So hopefully you guys, I'll show you in the other pack, they have the little tulip tops on them. So let me take the lid off and let me show you them up close. So I know, Dusty, the graphics on them. So they're all multicolored. Look at that yummy 1950s pink, the 1950s yummy red and green on there, along with that blue. So good. You can see the lights are in unused condition. I mean, they're twined in there from the factory. And then you can see they have the little tulip tops. So the tulip top ones from the 1960s will do $30 just for a strand of multicolor ones. So for $30, you're getting the unused made in Japan. So they're the older ones with their original box. So let me put it back together so you guys can see the dimensions on the boxes. They measure 10.5 inches wide. Let me put this on. I don't want it to tear or get damaged. Thank you, Sherry. I see you in at 30. Just pop that on there. These have lived. These, I'll tell you, when I saw these, I've never seen the graphics on these before. Bear with me here. There we go. I don't want these to get damaged from all those years. There we go. So again, the measurements on the box. We got 10.5 inches going across, so it's a nice sized box. It's almost like a candy box size. And then we have them, they're about the box is about 5 inches tall. So again, I have two to choose from, and you can take one or two, and each pack does have 35 lights in it. They're the miniature double blinking ones. Super good. And again, before they ship, I'll plug them in, one or two, depending how many you want, to make sure they work again before they go. But they're new old stock. So let's go ahead and count these down. Top bidder can take one or two of the sets of these 1950s, early 1960s made in Japan blinky lights. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Honestly, I checked online. I couldn't find these anywhere. There were none listed on any of the other platforms. Not that that says a lot, but if you were thinking, well, maybe I could, get them somewhere else. As of right now, Nobody else has these listed. So there's the bid end. So Sherry, here's the tough question. Do you need one set or do you need two? Let me know in the chat. And you can have one or two, and they're similar. There's no big difference in them. So just let me know one or two. All right, Bill.
She wants both.
All right. Congrats.
$12 for choice, Jason. And if you like vintage ephemera, that is also vintage advertising, I have two of these to choose from. Have you seen these before, Jason?
No, I haven't. I've seen a variation, but not this one.
So these are 1940s treat bags. And I took one out of the package so I could show you. They are made by the same company that made Band-Aids. So it's made out of the old material that Band-Aid packages were made out of. But these were treat bags. And it says, and if you bid on it, you're actually getting a set of 3 of them. So it's 3 of them, and there are 2 sets of 3. It says a treat direct from Santa Claus, Santy Claus.
Did you just say Santa Claus? I think we were talking about that the other night.
It says Santa Claus, and then there's this cute little image of Santa Claus getting out of his sleigh, walking up to the roof of a house, and it says right here. I'm going to get black behind it so it gets hopefully a little clearer. It was made by the First Aid Products, and then. Oh gosh, my eyes aren't good. Let me see down here. Packed by the Dry Syrup Company of America, Hazleton, Pennsylvania, which is kind of like halfway between Jason and I, sort of. So really fun. So these little packages, and I'll show you the whole set because you would get 3 if you're interested to tuck into your displays or do whatever you want with them. These are from the 1940s. They are 5 inches tall and 2 inches across. Super cool that someone has preserved these for all these years. And could you imagine what kind of treat might have been in here? I mean, because they are pretty long. Like I don't know what would be in here. Maybe a peppermint or something.
See, Bill, I could imagine filling them with something, maybe, I don't know, soft batting or something, and then making them ornaments and hanging them on a tree. How cool would that be?
That's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
So neat.
But they're just really graphic for people who like vintage, just like actually the box that Jason just showed. If you like vintage graphics to put in your display, these fit so nicely in a flower frog, either as a triplet or a singly. Really good. Or put them in a frame. I mean, they're just really cool. Someone clearly has taken care of them. Exactly, Patty. This paper does have.
Yeah.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
It's like the waxy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the precursor to wax paper. It's actually like when the Band-Aids when we were kids. This is what you peeled off the back of them.
Yep. Exactly.
So fun. So thank you for your bid. I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown. So there are 2 packages of 3, and that's what we're looking for. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yeah, Melissa, there must have at some time, and maybe it's still there, been a big candy company in Hazleton called the Dry Syrup Company of America. Or maybe it was a sugar company that just made candy out of like byproducts. So there is the bid end. Thank you, Karen. So Patty, you didn't need your just in case. It's yours for 12. Just let me know if you wanted 1 or 2. And I will just watch the comments.
All right. And guys, stick around. Me and Bill have giveaways. If you purchase from us here tonight, this will be my giveaway. This is a handmade from Atomic Betty Vintage. She's from over around York and has a booth in American Daydream. So it has the vintage eyes and lips on it. So this will be my giveaway that we will be offering once the sale is done to somebody who purchased from me. So it'll be somebody who purchases from Bill can win from Bill or me. So $16, and I'm going to switch over to some glass, okay? Normally, this is a Westmoreland mold. There's no Westmoreland on the bottom. So did somebody get the mold and make it? I don't know. Everybody online is still calling it Westmoreland. But if you know this mold, you know that it is the paneled swung vase or paneled bud vase, and it is a Westmoreland mold. The glass is really good quality. It kind of believes to me that it would be 1970s Westmoreland. I did find an example of it. Now, this is jade, so it is getting washed out. It is jadeite, so it is like the color of the McKee, or it is like the color of the Fire King jadeite. I did find an example of this, one that was hand-painted and signed. So in the 1970s, you know, they started to compete with Fenton, and they started to do their own hand painting, and they did it then. So I believe that this quite possibly could be a jadeite paneled bud vase from Westmoreland from the 1970s, okay? I think the pool on it is really unique. You normally don't see such an extreme pool from Westmoreland. Usually they're more conservative than that. Me and Bill often talk about how Fenton was very conservative with their vases. So was Westmoreland. I think Westmoreland and Fenton kind of were duking it for a little bit, and Westmoreland wanted to be Fenton. So they kind of did mimic them. What I love about these vases is that chunky base, that like that would be an octagon. That's an octagon base, I think. Yeah, because we got 2, 4, 6. No, it would be a hexagon. There we go. Hey, it took a little. I had to dig back to file 13 for that one. I had to go 8 to 6. Okay, it's a hexagon base. This measures 9.5 inches tall. So 9.5 inches tall. And I just want to, gosh, I keep losing my black paper. There it is. I just want to show you again, in case it's getting washed out on your screen. It is that yummy jadeite green. Okay, it might, yeah, okay, I can see on my phone. So you guys are seeing the color. Okay, so let's go ahead and count this down. Again, I believe it to be Westmoreland. If it isn't, it's a Westmoreland mold, and it is in the jadeite, 9.5 inches tall. We're looking for 19 or more. We are doing just in case. So let's count this down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see my flea market in at 19. Thank you so much. No chips, no cracks. There is a little extra on the mold. You can feel it and you can see it, that it's a little extra, that they didn't sand it. So other than that, we don't have any condition issues. So I see Susan in with a just in case. Thank you so much. Right before the bid end. So Susan Lynn, it's coming to you for $20. Thank you so much. All right, Bill.
$25, Jason, and I have some plastic fantastic today.
Love it.
I have a boot. I have this Santa boot, and in the Santa boot, I have put 4 floral picks that are these amazing glittered lanterns. You had a string of these the other day, didn't you?
They were flocked, but they were red flocked. Yep.
Yeah, I decorate one of my trees with a garland that's made out of these, but these are floral picks. And it wouldn't be a holiday sale with me if I didn't bring a mystery. So this is actually a mystery boot. It's a 20-item vintage mystery boot. In addition to the boot and the 4 floral picks, there are 15 additional vintage Christmas items inside the boot. Although 2 things don't fit. But essentially, it's a mystery boot. It includes some vintage ceramics, some vintage Christmas shakers. It includes a Pixie or 2. It includes some girly candles. It includes some flocked ornaments. There's a lot inside this boot. And as I said, there is 2 things that don't fit. So I'm just going to show you what they are. I normally don't show things that are in my mysteries, but these are 2 of the items that are coming with this mystery boot. This awesome little Pixie in this really cool, really old vintage sleigh, silver sleigh. So these are part of the mystery. Well, they're not the mystery, but they're part of the mystery lot. So a total of 20 Christmas items in this selection. And this boot's big, by the way, so it fits a lot. This boot is, how big is the boot, Bill? I can never find, it's 8.5 inches tall and 7 inches across the bottom. So it's big. And I stuffed it down into the toes, just so you know. Although I never ship my mystery boxes or boots with the items inside. I always put them in other boxes just for safety. So again, the 4 floral picks. Don't peek down into the center. Maybe I'll tempt you a little bit. Can you see anything? Can you see it? It's all in there.
Sounds like this would be a crafter's dream, Bill. Sounds like it could be a crafter's dream.
There is nothing in here you want to craft with. This is quality.
Okay. All right.
With this stuff. You're going to decorate with this stuff. Believe me. And the little pixie in the sleigh. Although a crafter's lot is a good idea.
It would be.
I don't know. Would people be interested in somebody putting a crafter's lot together? Let me know, because I got a lot to craft with.
I think we could pull that out too. Fill the boot with candy. I know, Holly, and I think that's probably what these were meant for at one time. These boots
were candy containers. Yep. They did come with a top, but in order to get the candy, the top was sealed. In order for the kids to get the candy, the parents had to cut the top off. I actually have one that still has the top on it that was never filled with candy, and I can't figure out what to do with it because they were filled with candy, and then the top was sealed on the top. So I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. If anyone else is interested, now is the time. Active bidders can use a just in case. Oh my gosh, Jason, look at my face right now.
Oh my gosh.
Should we admit? Should we tell people?
Go ahead. Look how.
I promised a countdown. I'm going to do the countdown. So we're looking right now for 31 or more. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. So, actually, let me finish this and I'll tell everybody.
I turned mine off because I was afraid it was making my StreamYard act up. So I had mine on in the beginning and turned mine off.
Maybe I can turn. Yeah, I can actually do mine right now. If everybody could look at my face and oh, you don't really see the difference because I am that gorgeous. Okay. So, okay, let me finish up here and then we'll talk about that. So there's the bid end. So MJ Bear had a 36. Jerry had a 37. Charlotte came in with a just in case of 45. So Charlotte, it looks like this is yours for $38. Thank you so much. So what we were talking about is StreamYard did a recent update, and there's now an option for you to have a filter over your face to sort of smooth areas out. And I said it, and it's really it's making me look strange tonight.
I just turned mine back on. Let's see if mine made much of a difference at all. I don't know. I feel like it's making mine choppy, so I'm going to turn mine off again. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head. So, guys, my next round is going to start at $10 choice, okay? These are my favorite. These are my favorite tiny Christmas books. You know, you can get small golden books. I think there's another. I think Whitman made some. But these, it's going to be choice on the little Lollipop books. And I have a few in my collection. I have never found these in this good of condition, okay? These seem like they've been put in a sock drawer for maybe 70 years because they are copyrighted 1949. So these were made in the very late 40s into the early 50s, okay? So it is going to be on choice on these little teeny tiny, they're called Lollipop books, okay? They're like mini golden books, all right? They measure just about 4 by 3. So 4 by 3. So let's go ahead and start out with Santa Claus. And it looks like there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's an odd number. So it looks like there was 11 other books that you guys could have collected. So there was the Story of Tiny Tim, The Night Before Christmas, Christmas Carols, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, How the World Was Made, The Three Wise Men, The Christmas Rose, and Other Stories, How Santa Claus Comes to Other Lands, Hymns and Poems for Christmas, and The Christmas Story and The Christmas Tree. So I only have How Santa Claus Comes to Other Lands. So this would be great. You could use it as an ornament. Look at the spine on these with like the little design on there. Very 1950s. There's your back. Very good condition. And the inside is in super like new condition. There's no major yellowing. Again, they are copyrighted 1949. The pages are really stiff on them. 1949. It looks like they're made by the James and Jonathan Company. So $10 if anybody's interested. And for example, some of the things it talks about is when Santa like goes to Holland. So when St. Nicholas ends
Oh,
up
I
in
love
Holland, this is how he arrives in Holland. He arrives on a horse. So then what they do is, and I want to be careful with these, it shows how the children would put out their wooden shoes, and Santa would fill the shoes with all of their treats. And then also the children would leave hay out for the horse, and then St. Nick would leave them all their goodies in their wooden shoe. So it gives just a couple different examples of what the Santa does in the other lands, exactly what it says. I mean, you can't get more Christmassy than the font on there. So that was your first choice, $10.
That would be really great if anybody's collecting any of the lines of the Santas or figurines, the Santas around the world. Like Fitz and Floyd has one. There are a couple of them.
You're right.
Boys of London has one.
You're right. I mean, these are just cute enough that they can be tucked in any assemblage. And then this one is the Christmas tree. And again, it looks like they only did 11. I can't believe they did an odd number. So you're right. They would be good in any Christmas display. Basically, this is just a little story of the Christmas tree. So it gives you a little background on what the Christmas tree is. And then it kind of just gives you a story of the family cutting down the Christmas tree and using the Christmas tree. So then here, like I was saying, you can see they headed out, took down the Christmas tree, and then all the way here at the end, then it shows them kind of caroling and singing as they decorate the Christmas tree. So it's a really sweet story. Again, these are from 1949, okay? And every single time I find these, they're weather beaten. You can tell people have read them, people have used them. These are crisp. They're almost as good as the day they were made. You're right, Karen. They're great for display size. Again, if you guys aren't seeing, like, that's how big they are. They're miniature little golden books. And again, if you look around, hello, Sandy. So good to see you. Again, if you look around and you find these anywhere, you're going to see that they're usually tethered and beat up. The spines on these are like new. The back is like new. There's no musty basement or attic smell to them. And trust me, if these don't sell, it's not going to, they look good in my display, because I don't think I have these two. I have two other ones, but they measure 4x3. 4x3. They are copyrighted 1949. I mean, my gosh, look at the three little kids right there and their tiny little lollipop books. But we're not going to hold up much longer. We can bring these back during the recap. They were $10 choice, and we're going to keep it moving. We'll get you going, Mr. Bill.
$25, Jason. And as you saw earlier, I am bringing some glass tonight, some festive holiday glass. And I love my fairy lamp. So I have a clear Indiana glass diamond point fairy lamp. Oh, you have some bids.
Oh, hang on. Okay, let me get myself back over here. Thank you. So we got MJ Bear in at the first $10, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to count them down. We are doing just in case. So MJ Bear's in right now at 10. So we'll count them down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, if you're not following our friends Helen at the New England Thrifter or Sandy of Sandy Spith 50 Vintage, please give those ladies a follow. Sandy puts out all kinds of content. She even went live and showed her antique booth. So please give Sandy a follow. Every little subscription helps. So that'll be your first choice. That'll be number 1. That'll be number 2. There is our bid end. Lindy, I'm sorry, your 11 came in after the bid end. So MJ Bear, let me know which one or ones you want. The Christmas tree will be 1. Santa will be number 2. And you can have 1 or 2 at your $10 each. And then whatever's left, Lindy will have backup. So let's get you going, Bill. You said 25. And I'll watch the chat. All right. Thank you, MJ Bear.
Yeah, to me, the clear Indiana glass diamond point is the epitome of what an icicle would be for Christmas. I just think it is amazing. Yeah. Right. It's also in great condition. Indiana glass is sort of known for chippiness. It's known for rough edges. This one is in amazing condition. And there's so many points. There's so many diamond points on this fairy lamp. There's so many opportunities for damage, and I can't find any. It's in really amazing condition. This fairy lamp is one of a whole series of colors. You can get a lot of different colors in this fairy lamp, including a satin finish one, which is really beautiful. The size is 5.25 inches tall. So it's a good size fairy lamp. If you saw the fairy lamp I sold last week, the hand-painted Fenton one, it was an inch smaller. And if you're familiar with the Viking fairy lamps, they're like this big. And if you're familiar with the stars and bars, they're like twice as round as these. So it's just a good middle of the road sort of fairy lamp, solid fairy lamp. If you're really interested. Yeah, color changing lights would be amazing in this. But when you have this fairy lamp with an actual real candle in it and you turn the lights off in your room, because of this optic, it's just gorgeous. It's really, really pretty.
And Bill, what's great about these is if you have a clear one and you find parts to the other ones, you can use them on this. So if you want to be festive for the summer and you find, you know, one of the red top ones, pop it on. It's going to look good at Valentine's, at Christmas. The amber and clear even looks good for fall. So this clear one is always a good one to have in your collection because you can put all the other colored chimneys on top of it.
And I've seen people on Instagram who actually display their collection of the 14 or so colors there are with the bases and the lids not matching.
Yep, exactly. It looks so good.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly put some black behind it so you can see the sparkle, because look at that. Oh my God.
It's so good.
It is so
and
pretty.
You know, some of these, Bill, they have a real heavy yellow. This one has a good crystal.
Yeah. This one is this one looks crystal. This one looks like it's never been in a smoker's house or in, you know, in the window, because sometimes being in the window can discolor clear glass. Just really pretty. Jason, I think we have a major lag today.
I do too. I was watching some other lives today, and yeah, there's something going on in the interwebs. I
got excited because I was going to grab those 2 books from you if they didn't sell.
I know. I actually think as we were putting them down, people were So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, is that the case, Holly? So these were on Parks and Recreation, apparently.
Okay, then I'm going to have to go check that out, Holly. All right.
And that is true for these Indiana glass lamps too. I say it about the Fostoria Americana that were made for Homeco all the time, the ones that look like snowballs, that they're great to take outside because they're nice and sturdy. These are as well. You could actually pop one of these right on your sidewalk next to the snow to light the sidewalk as people are coming into your Christmas party, and you're not going to worry about it. I mean, it shouldn't get too cold because it is glass,
and if you want to recreate Lady in a Tramp at home, you need one of these on your little Italian table with your checkered little tablecloth. That way you can nudge the meatball over to your significant other. Wait, I kind of threw up a little bit in my mouth.
Okay, I'm going to start a countdown. If anyone else is interested, now is the time. Thank you all for your bids. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Although if you're going to recreate a Regal Beagle in your own kitchen or in your own dining room, you need one of these. You need one.
Yeah, it's a nice little lamp. And I am going to be bringing one of these next week, Jason, but in a much more harder to find version. Ooh. I'm really excited about it.
Okay.
So thank you for the bid end, Karen. So let's see. I see Steele had a 29. Nita came in with a 30, but Melissa had a just in case of 33. So Melissa, this is yours for $31. And thank you all for your bids. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations. Guys, with about 170 of you here, please make sure you're subscribed to my co-host, Bill, Garden Guy Bill. Hit that notification so you'll know when he goes live. And please give Mother Tuckers a subscription too. We greatly appreciate it. So $15. And I have a unique Christmas tree that I have never seen before, couldn't find, and it's just really different. So $15. It is marked Japan. So let me see if we can show. Oh, yeah, that's a big Japan there. So you can see it is a wooden base. It has this faux snow, kind of that fluffy kind of almost it's almost like a fabric kind of snow, like they would put on the Putz houses or they would put on the little Putz figurines. This is like a faux wicker. Then it has these aluminum little poinsettias. So I think one of them, well, no, the top is no. So they're all here and accounted for. And then the top has these little foil stars. And then this is kind of like a bottle brush tree garland that wraps around. So it's reading true to color. and the top does lift off of the base. So if you guys wanted to sit a little fairy light in there, you could. If you wanted to put a little figurine in there, you could. And then you can pop the top right back on. So $15 on this really unique Christmas tree. Never saw one like it. Couldn't find any comps on it or any info on it. Again, you can see in this garland is the emerald green. Thank you, Noel. I see you're 15. It is the emerald green, and they are Mercury. So they're little Mercury beads in there, and then it is foil all the way around, and it does sit on there pretty good. Like I said, you can lift it off. You could put a little spun head figurine in there if you wanted to. You could probably fill the center up with those fairy lights if you wanted to. It measures, it's 10 inches tall. So it's 10 inches tall by about 4.5 inches wide. So let me go ahead and spin this around for you. And then everything in here, and it's like a wire. It's like a coated wire, like a plastic coated wire. And then this is like just like a wicker. So it's like a heavy lacquered, almost like a rattan wicker. And then those are little foil. So I would say this is probably late 50s, right around 1960 with the pieces that we're seeing on it. There you go. There's, come into focus, camera. There's a little foil. So they go all the way around. Just a unique little tree. It could be your centerpiece. It could be the only tree you have to put up. You know, if you're looking for something different, you don't want to put up the large tree, you could put this up. Here you can see how the garland is attached here to the top. I don't believe this is a hobbyist. I do believe that this would have been like a 5 and dime, like a 5 and dime. So let me show you. You can see where it says Japan, and then you can see how it's got that kind of like snow, almost textured, the longer pieces that are on there. So let me show it to you that way. So you can see, look at all that texture on there. Maybe if you even had one of those smaller little Putz houses that are like the ornaments, you could put that in the center. So I don't see much more interest. I see Noel in at 15. So we are going to keep it moving. We are looking for 16 or more. And this is a 10-inch tall, kitschy little made in Japan Christmas tree. So where's my black at here? There we go. There's the blackboard. So let's do this. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Even the garland has the little Mercury pieces of garland tucked into that.
And Karen asked if the base was flocked.
Yes. Well, it's in that thicker flocking. Yeah. It's not like the traditional fabric flocking. It's the Putz style house flocking that I would say it's the closest to. So, but yeah, in essence, it's the old style flocking. So renovative home. Sarah, thank you. I saw your 28, but Noel had a just in case of 53. So Noel for 29. It's coming to you. Congratulations, and thank you so much.
$16 for choice, Jason, and I have some more amazing plastic fantastic tonight. I have a choice between us snow people and their homes. So I'm going to hold them up individually, but they are both fantastic. I love them. These are the only 2 versions of the snow people that I actually, no, that's not true because there's another one. There are 3 versions of this, and I sold the other one a while ago. So the first one is known as the snow person with the bells. And this is the only one that has Santa up on the rooftop. But how fun is this? This really like whimsical house that probably couldn't be built out of bricks if they tried, just the way it was designed. This little guy in the front yard holding his candy cane with all the greenery around it and these little bells. Really, really fun. These often came in floral pieces, but they sometimes did go on top of cakes as well. So they did have multiple uses. They typically are Hong Kong pieces. So this is, and they actually do have, you can hang them on the wall. You can actually mount them. There's a mounting space in the back. I think they're fantastic. But this is the one with Santa that's actually going down the chimney. So that's the first choice.
And the snowman with a pipe, which they don't do anymore.
Yeah, here too. Yeah, they both do. So he's also got the candy cane, but this is the snow person with the snowball next to it. And the third version is actually a snow person with a stack of 3 snowballs, and they are all smaller. It's like a little pyramid of snowballs. But I think these are really fun. If you like this kind of whimsical, child-friendly, it's not going to break kind of vintage in your home, I think this is a great great opportunity to grab some tonight. I love them to death, and I have them in my own collection. They are 10 inches tall. The Santa one has an extra inch on it, and they're 8 inches from side to side. But really, really fun. I love the blue on the snow person in this one. It's a little darker blue on this one.
Yeah, the Bill, you were even saying the paint on these is really good. Like you find them and they're barely hanging on with any paint.
Yeah,
these look new.
Good. And also they were mass produced. I mean, they weren't made to last. Somebody cared for them. I mean, somebody probably took the flowers that came with them, put them in a vase, and then, put this off to the side. But obviously some people loved them and cared for them and kept them over the years. So thank you for your bids. I'm going to start a countdown, and we're just going to claim it by Santa or no Santa. I just think that's easier. So, kind of think about which one if you only want one, Santa or no Santa. And active bidders obviously can use it just in case. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Bill, how cool would it be if you bought them both? Had a kiddo in your house, had the one without Santa, and then Christmas morning, overnight, swapped them out.
Oh, shut up, Jason.
Wouldn't that be neat? And then you never said nothing. Like you just, and every year they're like, oh my God, Santa came and left a little version of him up there in the chimney. If I could rewind time as a kid, I would hope Linda would do that, because that would be epic.
That's one thing I love about being an uncle, because I'm not a father, is that I can do the magical things, right? I can think of the magical things because I have time. I don't have to worry about diapers or buying food for them or taking them to school. I can do the magic.
We're the good guys. We're the good guys.
That's right. So Karen, thank you for the bid end. Lisa had an 18. MJ Bear had a 19. Lillian came in with a 26. So Lillian, you have first choice at 20. You could let me know if you want the one with Santa or the one without Santa. And if you don't want both, we'll work back through the other folks.
All right. That's right. Good.
That's why being an aunt or an uncle is so great. You get to take them home at the end of the day.
This is true.
So Lillian wants to know Santa. So MJ Bear, Santa is available if you're interested. And if MJ Bear passes, then it goes to Lisa. And I think that's all we had. And I can watch the comments for that.
Yep. And then you had powdered donut, Bill. So powdered donuts in there to the backup. So, all right, guys, $20 choice. And I like to decorate with candy boxes and candy tins at Christmas time. So they're fun to mix in as if they're like faux gifts. They're great to put under your tree. And I have two early ones, okay? I did my best to date this one, okay? I'm just going to tell you right now that if you Google image this candy box, and this candy company has been around or was around from the 1880s, and then it ceased to produce its original candy in 1960. So this tin right here, I'm guessing this tin is probably 1920s or 1930s, okay? But I can't document that, but I can tell you that the company ceased to make their candies in 1960. But in the 40s and 50s, they weren't always using these kind of tins. So with all that said, this is your first choice of candy tins. It is the Page Saw LTD Assorted Caramels. It is the candy of excellence, okay? And you can see the kind of design it has. It kind of fits into that, I don't know, maybe that Edwardian era, maybe that Nouveau era, the Roaring 20s, whatever. But it has that really good kind of Gothic also kind of look on it. So $20, thank you. This is a really unique tin, and it is a tin with a brass color on it, and the graphics on this are incredible. So $20, this is your first choice. It would have been filled with little assorted caramels. This measures about 6 3/4 by about 2 3/4. So this is your first choice, and these make great little risers. They do. They look great. You can pop these into your Santa bags. You know, they go great underneath your tree. So that's your first, and this is probably almost antique or within that realm. So that's your first choice. Then your second choice is the Schrafts, okay? And I always fear that I pronounce that wrong, but it is Schrafts, and you can see that it is the Boston. It is the 1 pound. I had one similar last week, I think. and it has the Victorian, and you can see, let me tilt it so we get that glare off. It has the Victorian. It has like the queen in her carriage being, carried. There is some wear to it, but this is probably from the 1920s. Okay, so this is a 1 pound brass candy box. You can see here on the side. Then they doubled as trinket boxes. They doubled as jewelry boxes. You could use them for whatever you want. So again, this is full, very heavier brass. And let me get in there so you guys can see the etching details on that. And again, this one measures 7.5 wide by 5 inches tall. So there is some wear to this one, and there is some fading over in this region here. But this candy box is hedging on 100 years old, if not 100 years old. And the fact that I was able to find another one, I'm very happy and amazed. The other candy company, they both used the same brass company, and I'm forgetting the name of it. Thank you, Patty. It had embossing on it right here. This one does not, although I did extensive research on this to show, and that light, there we go. I want you guys to see that. Great design. All my research shows that this is the same era as the other one that I sold. So it is. Mary Beth, and if you guys collect candy boxes, candy tins, you know that they were normally discarded. You know they got thrown away, and if they were used, they were usually used to hold buttons, junk, other things. So it's just got a great patina on it too. And let me spin it all the way around for you. Maybe a little ding right here. But again, I think that gives it character. But overall, really nice condition. Thank you so much, Hollyberry. I think they're neat. So that was your first choice. Very Victorian style scene, very English scene, which was what they were putting on a lot of the different chocolates. Pardon me, back then. So there is that one. And then this one I think is super unique, especially with their logo right there, or their what is it? It would be like your family shield.
The crest.
Yes, the crest. Yep. And that was the company's logo. So that's what the company's logo was. You're right, Gavin. Bob Hope did. Yes, you're exactly right. Bob Hope did. Exactly. So this is going to be on choice. You can take one or two. We only got Patty in, so let's go ahead and count it down. Patty, you'll probably have choice on one or two. So we are doing just in case. I'm sorry about that glare. So let's count it down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Googler told you that.
Googler. We love the Googler.
Hey, the Google is our friend, our friend.
It's not your friend if you're a college professor and you assign papers.
Man, that is a different world today, isn't it, Bill? It is a different world. Like, yeah, we weren't getting the answers quick when we had to pull out the 27-volume encyclopedia,
Well, it's not only that, it's that when they're in class and you ask them a question, they're actually challenging you. They're like, no, Google says this. You're wrong.
And Google is not always right.
No, not always right.
This is true, Bill. All right, Patty, let me know. This one we'll call brass. This one we'll call metal. So let me know which one you want, Patty. This one is the metal. And okay, they're both yours. Patty, they're going to look really great in person. Thank you so much. All right, Bill.
So $36, Jason. I brought some more mid-century kitschy ceramics. If anyone is interested, again, not everyone collects the ceramics. I get it. But I have two sets of three, a set of boys and a set of girls. So the first set are these amazing Lefton boy carolers. This is a desirable set. You typically do not find all three together. This is the full set, the one with the music stand in the middle, who's blonde. And note, they all have different hair color. They're just so sweet. So the boy carolers are 3.75 inches tall, and I do not see a single condition issue on any of them. All of them do still have their Lefton stickers.
Wow.
Now that I said that, I hope the third one does. Okay, they do. They do still have their Lefton stickers. And usually these are found in singles. Sometimes quite pricey just for one, because people are trying to complete their set. So that is the first choice of 3. Now the second choice for vintage ceramic collectors, hold on to your seat.
Man, you're killing me with these, Bill.
These
are so good.
I have a set of ladies. I have these little angels. They are also 3.75 inches tall. The best that we know about them is they were most likely made by a company named Chase. No one has an exact ID on them, but there is a set of boy carolers that spell out Noel that have these same unique sort of halos on them. And they all have Chase Japan stickers on the bottom of them. The only condition issue in this set, and quite frankly, it's a manufacturer issue. These are not cold painted. These are the glazed over. They just missed some glaze here, or some paint here, and it was glazed over. But they are spectacular. Look at these halos. Look how interesting they are.
These are some of my favorite. These are some of my favorite because they're so different. Like, you know, if you're a Christmas collector, we all love our traditional Christmas, but it's nice to find some of these different style faces, flatter bodies, different colors, because you just start seeing the same red or green. And these, if you guys do a non-traditional mid-century Christmas, this is what
they are. Yeah, they definitely are non-traditional and mid-century. And so I have verified that a lot of people wondered if there was a green one as well. I actually saw a set of these in original packaging, and there were only 3 of the angels. And the original packaging also did not indicate anything other than made in Japan. There was no manufacturer. So these are the 2 choices. Thank you, Karen. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, maybe a little bit Holt Howardish eyes.
Yeah.
I love the eyelashes. Look at the eyebrows too. Even the eyebrows are great. And by the way, everyone, the boys are sweet too.
They are. Yes, they are. And actually,
family.
The angels you have there, Bill, Capri made some things that were similar, because I have some larger ones that actually have a Capri, like the candle company Capri. They released a couple.
I meant Capri. You're right. I meant Capri.
They're so good.
That was my mistake. Yes, Capri, not Chase.
Love these.
Anyway, thank you all for I'm happy we're going to hopefully find homes for both sets, because this is what it takes for them to leave my collection.
I hear you. That's what I think for all of us, that's what it is now. It's like, well, you know, if they stick around a little, it wouldn't kill us.
Yeah, definitely not. So I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown, everyone. Active bidders can use it just in case. And just a reminder, this is choice on the boy choir boys or the little lady angels with all the gifts that they're holding. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end.
And I may not have heard you, but do those girls still have string on them to be hung as ornaments?
They do. Oh, and it's like that. It's like that gold. What do they call it? Like angel hair string. Yeah. I would not hang them from those strings. Not at all.
Nope.
Okay, so there is the bid end. Thank you all, and thank you, Karen. So I see Lisa in at 45. Melissa had a just in case of 57. Heidi had a just in case of 63. Thank you all. So Heidi, you have first choice at 58. Let me know if you would like the boys or the girls. We'll keep it nice and simple. And then Melissa, you're back up if what is remaining is what you're interested in. And then Lisa, and then Teamy, and then Heidi. Or no, not Heidi. Well, we'll keep going back if we need to. So while you're deciding, I'm just going to let everyone just feast their eyes on this gorgeousness one more time. Oh
my God. They're both good sets at that price.
They are both good sets. And that's why they came together, because I feel like they are comparable in quality and in value. So excellent. So Heidi, the girls are yours. I do have the Lefton choir boys. And
she wants the boys.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
I love it when it works out. Yep. That's awesome. Congrats, guys. Those are 2 good sets. Good. All right, guys. $10 choice. And it's going to be choice on some Mercury garland, okay? They both average about 8 feet long, okay? There are a few beads that are broken, and they do not have their little cones on the tip, but they're in very good condition nonetheless. So about 8 feet. Your first choice is going to be the gold, and again, they both measure about 8 feet. I'm just checking my notes. So, and the gold is missing about 2.5 inches of beads in between. Okay, so that's going to knock it down just below the 8 foot mark. So. Again, these are the medium-sized Mercury garland, $10 choice if anybody's interested. Again, I don't know if it's a negative comment. I don't know if it's negative to say that they could be used for crafters, or if you needed them for parts for like another strand, you could use them for this. But again, to get Mercury garland starting at $10, I don't know anywhere, an antique store or online where you could get them for $10. So again, remember, we don't have the round discs on the end of these, and we do have a little extra string, and that's about the 2.5 inch mark that's missing. So there you go. The gold is your very traditional gold. There's not a lot that are broke, and there are not a lot that have like a patina to them. So Melissa, I see your 11. So that's your first set. Then we have your kind of like your hot pink. So it's like a pink, but it's like a red. It's reading true to color on the screen. So it's not like your Pepto-Bismol pink 50s. It is your red. It's your red and hot pink. So we do have a damaged one, and I'm trying to show it right there so you can see the damaged one. Maybe one or two other small damaged ones. This one does have one of the cardboard rings remaining. But other than that, this one's coming in at about 8 feet. It's about 8 feet long. And it is that middle-sized Mercury glass garland. So, again, love this color. It looks good on a green Christmas tree. It looks good on a white tree. There's that broken one that I was trying to show you. Again, there might be one or two others there. I just noticed that one. But there's not a lot of major breaking. Yeah, well, I would say, Lindy, it's probably... Yeah, I wouldn't want to call it like a Barbie pink, because I always relate Barbie pink to the very bubblegum style. But yeah, remember, there are just a few broken ones on here if you want to take it off. I would call this more like a hot pink. Probably if I was going to call it and stick to it, I'm going to say it's like a hot pink. So hot pink, and then we have gold. So we're in with Melissa right now at 11. We're looking for 12 or more. This one, they're both about 8 feet. So they are both about 8 feet. This one, the gold is missing about 2.5 inches of some of its garland. So, and again, if you are so inclined, these are repairable. You can just undo the knot, take them off, take the broken ones off. You can mix match some if you want to. And these might be even good to do like a hot pink, and gold mix if you want to. But we're going to sell them as choice, looking for 12 or more. So let's count them down. We are doing just in case. Top bidder can take one or two. So let's count them down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I see you, Timmy, in at 13. Melissa's in at 14. Don't forget those just in cases. Looking for 15 or more on the garland. They're the same diameter. Once you string them in a tree, even if some's missing, you're not going to see any difference. So Timmy's in with a 15. Lillian's got a just in case. Right there's our bid end. So with the just in case, Lillian, you get first choice at 16. We're going to call that one pink. And we're going to call the other strand gold. So let me, we got it coming on unraveled there. So Lillian, let me know if you want the gold or the pink, and that would be at 16. And then Timmy, you'll have backup. And then after that, if we have passes on all that, we'll be back with Melissa. So we'll just wait to hear from Lillian. Gold, you got the gold, Lillian. Thank you so much. So Timmy, in at your 15, let me know if you were interested in the hot pink. If you pass, then it'll be Melissa. And I think those were our only bidders. Yeah. So I can watch the chat. So Timmy, let me know if you wanted the pink for the lag here. Let me know if you, okay. Yep. We got winners. Thank you so much, guys. All right, Bill.
$10 for choice, Jason. I have some ornaments. It's kind of a plastic, fantastic night, I think. I have choice between I mean, these are some of my favorite Christmas ornaments ever. The Santa with all of the florals down here and the little white berries in the center of these really atomic looking sort of flower sprays. He is almost a celluloid. He's a plastic celluloid head. Still does have his hanger in really great condition. I also have this really colorful snow person with the top hat. Someone did insert a Christmas ornament hanger in there because its hanger was lost. Works perfectly fine. And these actually, I chose these because they are complete. Oftentimes we see pieces missing from them, but these are complete. This one has sort of the gold. Is it actually Mercury?
They are sometimes.
It is Mercury glass in it. So it's just so fun. I love these so much because like I was displaying them. You know, when you have a bunch of them, you can actually put them in a bowl and they just look so good. You don't have to use them as ornaments. They're so graphic, so fun. And again, they're gardeny. So that's one of the reasons I like them. They are that big. And by that big, I mean they're 4.5 inches tall. And I think so fun.
Bill, I love these. And they make them that they sit on a stem as well. So they do make.
Yeah. So yeah, they actually, I think a lot of them were meant to be picks. A lot of them were meant to be picks, and you could easily turn them into picks again. I've been doing that a lot lately, turning things into picks. So I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown because we still have a few rounds to go, like 5. So we want to move it along. If anyone else is interested, we're looking for 11 or more for choice. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. And when I'm out shopping in the vintage stores and I see like a bargain Christmas area, I actually look for these because sometimes I scavenge the pieces from one to complete another one. So that's always a good thing that I try to look out for all year long because it is fun they're nice and full when all the pieces are there. So Susan, you did not need your just in case. All you need to do is at your bid of 10, let me know if you wanted the snow person or the Santa or both.
And Sonia, you don't have to join. You're already here. You're already here, and you've already commented in the comment section. So all you have to do is, if you're interested in something, you just have to bid. And then when you win, let me clear that off here. When you bid and you win from either Bill or myself, all you have to do, our emails are right here below us. You just have to email us your name, which I'm assuming is Sonia Miles, and your address, and I email, and we'll get you invoiced for the item. So that's all you got to do. All right, guys. I have a very unique item here. It's going to start at $30. I'm going to call it a piece of artwork. It is a print. It is a print. Under the loop and under the magnifying glass, you can see it is all speckled dots. Okay. Now, I'm not sure who or what the print is, but it is in a time period correct frame. Okay. And I do believe that this is probably from the late 20s, 1930s. It is very Art Nouveau. It is very outdoorsy. It is this gorgeous, cute little creek, maybe even a little lake. It is a winter scene.
Say that again. It's a what?
What? Creek.
Yeah, that's how I say it too.
Creek.
It's a creek.
Yeah, creek or creek. It depends.
It's not a creek.
Well, I think a creek. I always thought a creek was tiny. A creek was a little bit bigger. Do you know what I mean? Like if we really wanted to, like a creek comes down like it's almost a tiny little narrow waterway. If it's a creek, it would be a little wider. Then we start to get into like lake. I mean, we start to get into river. River, all that kind of stuff. So thank you, Dusty Moose. I see you in at 30. Again, it is period correct. It's not going to show under my camera, but if you would see the glass in person, you're going to see the air bubbles in it. So I believe the glass that's in it is original to the piece. These are not brass pieces. These are actually carved and then applied. There is maybe just a little nick of damage to this one, but then they painted it with some gilding paint, okay? I'll flip it around here so you guys can see what we're working with from the back. I believe that this might even be, I mean, you can see the flat nails here in the side. I believe that the wood on here, it kind of feels like, it might be, I don't know, maybe like an oak that's been stained. It kind of has an oak kind of look to the side that then was stained in this heavier walnut, okay? So let's get down to the nitty gritty. It measures 17 long by 7.5 across. It is this gorgeous early scene, very 1920s, very 1930s. Winter scene is going to look great in your decor that's coming up right now. Let's show you how great. They're not all knocked off and broke either. And we do believe that they're either etched in or that they are applied to it. Underneath the loop, you can see little dots. So that is a print. Now, is it a print from a magazine? Was it a purchased print? I don't know. We did a Google image. We couldn't find it. But it does depict maybe, sometimes the moon, sometimes the sun, that weird haze in the late afternoon, early morning. It's just a gorgeous winter scene that's going to look great on your wall. So
I love it, Jason. I see that in a Christmas display with garland around it or evergreens around it, or get a really big wreath and put this in the middle of the wreath and decorate the wreath around it. Oh, so good.
Agreed. You can't get more. And we do really believe that it is of the Art Nouveau era. That's what we're thinking. We do believe it hinges on that late 20s, early 30s. And that is also because of the way the frame is. And I do believe it is original to the frame. And a long time ago, it was probably 6 months ago, I had an arts and craft picture that I had sold with Bill. I got this at the same time. It came from the same estate. And that we know, and this one from our research, we think this is Art Nouveau. It was all from that 20s, 30s era. And this I held on to till we got closer because you don't think of these scenes when it's like 100 degrees outside, but heading into the upcoming season, this is just period correct. There's such great detail on it. I just love it. And it also looks like it's painted, like when it's on the wall. And again, like I was saying, if you were in person, you're going to see all the little waviness to the glass because back then the plate glass or the glass that's used, thank you, Kay, I see your 32, would have had little bubbles in it, little waviness to it. This has it. I'm pretty certain it's the original glass or was replaced at the same time. The only damage that we could find, and I want to give it another look, see right here, little tip to this little detail is knocked off. But again, this is all carved, and you can actually see that they don't even look fully alike. So it looks like each one is hand done, and then it is applied to this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's applied to it. But it's just a gorgeous piece and a nice narrow one for your wall there. I want you guys to see, and it does display really, really good from a distance and then even up close. So probably the Art Nouveau era, probably 20s, 30s. Let's go ahead and count this down. We are at 33 with Dusty Moose. We are looking, filming the colors definitely look. Okay, so they're saying that it does look parish. Okay, all right. Again, we did our best to research. And sometimes it comes down to interpretation, and I don't want to say things that I can't verify. But I do know that it's period correct for the 20s or the 30s, and it is a print on the inside. But I think it's a quality. I think it's a quality print. So, sorry, I said I was going to count it down. So let's count it down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Could you imagine this behind the Christmas tree with the light of the tree on it?
I love it so much.
I mean, I want to get that glare off. There we go.
And I love the size of it.
I do too. The narrowness of it. Yeah. It's really unique, and it very much fits the period. Like you could see this
really good next to this narrow
canvas. It would. You're right. Like you could see this in a bungalow. You could see this in an arts and crafts house, Victorian. All right, Kay, I saw your 38, but Dusty Moose had that just in case. So Dusty Moose, it's coming to you for $39. Thank you so much. Congratulations. All right, Bill.
So $36 for choice, Jason. And I don't know if anyone is looking for some tabletop blow molds, but I have two tonight. 1968 Empire blow molds. They both do come with working light kits, and they are the classic Empire models. So I have Santa, and in this version, Santa has the black toy sack, and he's in really good condition. There's typically we see these so faded out. His red is so vibrant. His face is so good. His cheeks are still rosy, but there is a bit of paint loss around the bottom. And then typically we see some scratching around where the light kit gets inserted. I never ship these with the light kits in the back. The light kits will get packed in a separate area. And then there's a little bit of paint loss on his head. But look at how glossy this particular one's suit is. That's atypical of these. And if you saw my Christmas display last year, you know how many of these that I have. Yeah, this is a good one. And then the Empire company's credentials are back here with the date. So that's the first choice. The second choice is the other Empire famous blow mold for the season, tabletop blow mold, because these are the tabletop size, is the Snow Person. And if you know about the Snow Person comes in 3 color variations. There's this red hat, there's a black hat, and then there's a lesser available pink hat. And then the other parts of it sort of coordinate with the color of the hat. This Snow Person does have yellow earmuffs on and is in very good condition. Minimal scratching around the area where the light kit is inserted. Empire credentials down here on the bottom. A little bit of staining here, which probably could even be cleaned. I didn't see it because the light kit was in the way. But this guy's holding a candy cane, and again, we typically don't see these with this sort of coloring. A little bit of paint here. The ones I have in my collection don't have any stripes on the candy canes anymore. They're just gone. And again, this one doesn't appear as though it's been in the sun, but there is quite a bit of fading on the top and the rim of the hat. So it may have been under a certain kind of light in the home at some point that did that. And these are both the same size. They are both 13.5 inches tall. Let me just get them side by side, and then I'm going to count it down so we can move along.
And Bill, you may have said this, but like they have larger brothers of this size. So you could have the larger one out by the door, and then have this one inside, and you'd have, mini me's of each one.
The unfortunate one is the larger Santa is a little bit more detailed. There are toys in the Santa sack for the larger one. You don't get the toys on the tabletops, but these are just like, again, I had probably 20 of them on my corner fireplace last year, just stacked up. They just look fantastic. They're so great when they're all lit up at night. They are.
Good ambiance.
Jamie knows what she's talking about when it comes to vintage Christmas. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown. Right now, we're looking for 41 or more. Excuse me. Active bidders can use a just in case, and it's choice for the Empire 1968 Santa, the Empire 1968 Snow Person. So 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end.
Bill, that red one Santa's super glossy. You can get them in a real matte. You can find him, but he's really good and glossy.
When I first got him, I was convinced, before I bought him that day, I was convinced someone repainted him. It's the original paint. It's the original paint. So, yeah, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
He's got to be one of the first generations.
Yeah. And that's the thing. People don't realize the mold says 1968. It could have been molded in 1972. That's
exactly.
Yeah. So thank you for the bid end, Karen. So Sonia had a just in case of 45. Cindy Lou came in with a just in case of 50. Susan has a just in case of 52. Sonia, your 55 came in after. So Susan, you have first choice at 51. Santa or Snow Person. Cindy Lou, you are back up at 50. And then Sonia, you're back up at 45.
Oh my gosh. How could you choose?
That's my problem. I don't choose because I have so many. So I had a feeling Susan was going to take Santa. So Santa is yours. So Cindy Lou, let me know if you were interested in the Snow Person. And if Cindy Lou passes, it goes to Sonia. And I think those were our 3 active bidders.
Yep. Yeah. You got it, Bill. All right. Now I'm going to
be easy for me to watch the chat, Jason.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Karen Gillette, for being our official mod and bid ender tonight. Holly, thank you so much for being the backup, dropping links and everything that you're doing. So it wouldn't be Christmas time without some.
John.
Hey, John, how are you? It wouldn't be Christmas without some decorative candles, which means we don't use them. They're like decorative soap. All right. Congrats, Cindy. So these are going to be your new old stock decorative candles. Okay. Funny how John's here because I was going to sell this as a twofer. You not only get the original candles on the inside, but you get this incredible box that is in incredible, like new condition to decorate with as well. So we have the Christmas candles. This is the console set. So look at that mantle. Very 1950s, giving you ideas on how to use the candle set. Then we have the dining room table giving you ideas on how to use the set. Look at those chairs. Now, the picture's reading true to color, except the candles are a cream and the base is red. So these are made by the Penn Candle Company, and that is out of, so it's the Penn Wax Works. Well, that's a tongue twister. I work at the Penn Wax Works Incorporated in Philadelphia, PA. So you're going to get the box. So the box comes with it. Then let me show you the candles. So they are still in their original cellophane, and you get them both. So you're going to get two of these bases. Okay, so you have to look through the cellophane. You can see the original glitter on them. They have these two attached wax bells, and then they have the older holly attached to it. So this is your candle base, and it is reading a little lighter red, but there we go. You can see through in here. If you guys know your wax candles, this is your traditional red. So you get two of these bases that have never been used, okay? So you get those, and then you're going to get these candles that go in. So they have their original attached wax bells, plus they gave them clappers. They actually gave them little clappers. They're still, and now the cellophane is starting to, disintegrate a little bit. The box is you're right, it is. It is, John, you are correct. So here is your candle, and I think I did write down measurements. Yes, the candles measure 10 inches. Okay, so that's a nice large candle, and then the base measures 4 inches. Okay, so then it goes right in there like that. So you're going to get two of them. So it comes with a set. Okay, so there. Now I'm not sure if those bells were supposed to be lighter colored, and then some of the red bled into them. But again, I'm sorry that it's not a little clearer on your screens. It's because it still has the original cellophane. Hopefully you can see the gold glitter on there. Yes. I think, don't we all? I mean, that's an okay sound.
It sounds like a Christmas fire in the fireplace.
I mean, you could buy these at the 24 and then sit around and do that kind of thing. So now let me show you again the box. There's no issues to the box at all. I love the green on it. I love the font for the Christmas candles. And then let's take the top off so that you can see it has its original tissue paper on the inside, which it will come with. So let me take that out. And then the other candle and base is lying in there. So Lisa, thank you. I see your 24. So again, they're still wrapped and unused. I'll put the other one back in. So let's lay that in there. This must have been one of those things where it was probably after Christmas. They went to the Woolworth, bought it, tucked it away, and then didn't use it the next year. Sat up there for 30, 40 years, and now we have some new old stock. So again, you're going to get the box. I like the box just as much as I like the candles. That's what attracted me to this, was this box, because I could imagine just using this in your display. So again, you get the box, and then you're going to get the candle that we don't want to burn. It does have a wick. We don't want to burn it, though. And the candle's 10 inches. 10 inches. Thank you, John. I see your 25, 10 inches. And then you're going to get the base. And it does have the faux, finger, holder on it there. And then it has the bells. I don't even think that's the proper terminology, the finger holder. But, okay, we're going to go with it. So we're looking for 26 or more on the probably 50s Penn candle console set. So let's count it down. We're looking for 26 or more. And we are doing just in case for active bidders. So counting down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I love that sound.
I love this whole set, Jason. Do I know where you got this?
You probably do.
What
You probably do. It was actually in the booth where I got the Cupid book.
Okay.
The Cupid book that'll be coming when we sell with Misty. So yeah, it's that place.
Yeah.
Too many people are learning about that place. Let me tell you, Lisa, you're just in case came in after the bid end. I'm so sorry, but John, congratulations. I can't wait to see what you do with it, John. It's yours. It's coming to you. Congratulations. Alrighty, Bill.
Well, I may be crazy, Jason. I'm going to start this at 24 because this piece needs to be in someone's home for the holiday. And I gave you a little sneak peek of it earlier. I have the large Viking epic persimmon crimped 6-petal compote. This is the big one. And it is in the persimmon or the amberina. The amberina is really only viewable at the bottom and not really. And this one, it's not really even that prominent around the edge. This one is really coming across as ruby. So I think it's just perfect for the season. And really the only areas you're going to find any glow if you're interested are here on the base. It does glow pretty significantly. And then around the rim. But it's super pretty for the season. Look at how big this thing is. I mean, for me, last year in my display, this was in the center of our table with probably 40 vintage ornaments, glass ornaments, just stacked up in a pyramid because it's really that beautiful. It's just a really great display piece, and it does come in 2 other smaller sizes, so they do make a nice pyramid if you do like to do that. But again, this is the large size, so it is 10 inches from side to side. And the pedestal to the top is 6 inches. So this is a good solid piece of glass. And it is the 6 petals. So every single one of these sort of ruffles has a petal on the inside. So it comes from Viking's Epic line. And it's in great condition. No chips, no cracks, no scratches. You also see the 6 petals on the bottom, which is also consistent with this line of glass. But again, my real goal was to try to find a home for the holidays for this particular piece because it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, Viking glass, it glows. It's going to impress your guests. What were you going to say, Jason? You're on mute. You were crinkling too much.
Yes, I was. So I did. I muted. I was just going to say, no orphaned Viking left behind for this holiday.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. And there is the avocado green color too. It's just super hard to find. I can't find it, but I think they look so good together. So it's a fun kind of glass to collect. All of you have probably heard us say this before, but both Jason and I like to pet our Viking glass because of the way that it feels. If you're in an antique store at some point and you've never felt Viking glass before, if you find some, take some time. This is like ASMR for the fingertips. That's what
it is. It is. There's nothing wrong with waking up in the morning and holding on to your Viking for about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even show you, Jason. I found something.
Oh, God.
Maybe next week I'll bring it. It's an epic piece of Viking.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and start that countdown. If anyone else is interested, thank you all for your bids. And remember, active bidders can do just in case. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good end. I don't know, John. We were fine before you arrived.
Weird, John. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, John.
John, are you still in Instagram jail?
Oh, God, I hope not. God, I hope not.
Thank you for the bid end, Karen. Lillian, it looks like this is yours for $36. Thank you so much.
Okay. And guys, before we get going, I do want to give a couple quick shout outs. So our friend Jamie is in the chat, who is Vintage Lolly. If you're not following her over on Instagram, please do. She does host a lot of whatnot sales. So please, she's a strong, good vintage seller. Please follow our friend Jamie, who is Vintage Lolly. She's been selling for a very long time. Also, we have a lot of folks in the chat that are vintage lovers, great decorators. If you're looking for any ideas, please follow our friend John, who's a Valentino of Everyday Holiday Displays. He's going to give you so many ideas and get you ramped up to decorate for so many holidays. It is the same name as you see here over on every other platform. So follow him over on Instagram at Everyday Holiday Displays. You will not be disappointed. So,
Jason,
and also,
can I just say,
yes,
Karen asked what John did to get Instagram mad at him. And Instagram
go
users,
for it.
this is a good thing to know about.
Yes.
All John did was type in the chat, send me a picture of that. And he was referring to a book of Christmas cards.
Yep.
Instagram took that little piece and thought he was asking something inappropriate and banned him from doing things on Instagram for a time period. So you do need to be careful what you type in the chats in Instagram.
Agreed. All right, guys, $25 choice. And I love these. And these are known as the Hold Howard because it must have been Hold Howard that made these heads. So I have 2 of the Cone Doll Choir Dolls for choice at $25. I offered ones last night that did not have their book. These do have their correct books to them, okay? Now, as you look at these, you may not see them. But in person, one head is larger. Her head is a little larger than hers. So if you wanted them both, you could have big sister, little sister, or if you like the little head, you could just have her or the big head. So $25 choice. And honest to God, I've never seen this style till I found these. So they are cone dolls. They do have their bases. You can see that it's still crammed up in there. It is stamped Japan. The bodies on them, it is that flocked cardboard, okay? And then it has felt bodies, and then they have these little nubbins for hands that are holding their choir books, and then the heads are those ceramic Hold Howard girl heads, okay? So they measure just about 6 inches tall. They're going to be unique in a display. If you do choir kids, they're going to look good in with the choir kids. Amy sold like the taller choir boy. These would look good up front. So if you're trying to do a whole choir display, you need different sizes. You need little boys, you need little girls. These would be great. So again, they have that traditional head. So that's the little girl head. Then she always has like the little heart up top there. But the heart is like just her little, hair clip. And then they do have their original little foiled cardboard choir books. And the bodies are in very good condition. So the bodies are felt. And this one has something in it. So I don't know what's in it, but this one's also stamped Japan. So I know y'all might think that's a little higher price point, but these little Hold Howard head cone dolls do sometimes command a lot more money. So $25 choice if anybody's interested. They might have a little bit of crazing to the backs of their heads, but they are the little ponytail girls. And the ones I have, I don't have any little boys. So I don't know if they made a boy in this scale, but I just have the girls. And then you can see where it comes together. And it is like on top. It is like the cardboard is like permanently flocked is what I'm trying to say. So you can see that one still has its original cone on the inside. I thought one of them had a little stain. I'm not seeing it now. There it is. This one has just a little schmutz right there. I knew it had a little dark mark and then a little dark mark on the flocking. But I can too, Karen. And then again, she's the one with the smaller head or the smaller face, and then we have a larger one. But I'm not seeing any interest, but I am going to hold them up again just for a few more moments for the lag. Again, $25 choice. These, whether it's right or not, they are known as the Hold Howard head girls or boys because that's just what – I don't know that we have any proof. I think we know that Hold Howard used them, but they're always called the Hold Howard head. So $25. But I'm not seeing any interest, and we're going to keep it moving and bring these back during the recap. All right, Bill.
Okay, Jason, this is going to start at $32. It's my planter of the evening, and I'm just going to start with the bottom of it. It is an Anarco Japan planter, so one of my favorite planter companies. And it also is one of the flat-backed planters, which I love. I've talked about it a lot because they can fit in narrow places. But this planter is amazing. It's a whole little night before Christmas fantasy. It's this little mouse holding in his pajamas and little stocking hat, waiting for Santa. It's not quite midnight. Someone actually put a whole sort of display in here with the clock, but he's holding this ceramic candle, which is so sweet. There's another little mouse friend there in the back, a little candy. That's actually the mouse's tail, a bunch of holly and berry. then some little sugared gumdrops here in the back, this felted clock, which as you can see, there is a little glue residue on it. But the planter itself is amazing. All of this can be removed. It's not permanent. This is all just in styrofoam. In fact, if you find this planter online, I've never seen one that actually has all the original pieces in it. That's what this is. This is all original. I am in love with him. I actually have him without the insides. And I think he's just a great little planter. The base is structured like a little gift box. So that affords us that great flat back. Again, it is a Narco with the sticker, and it is 6.5 inches tall. The ceramic is, and it's 4 inches across.
And again, I think it needs to be driven home that this is 90% cold paint, and you never, ever find them with this much paint on them. Like, this is in really good mint condition.
Yeah, he's special. This particular one is always, this one leaf always wants to cover this amazing, the candle's just amazing because it's there. Right. It's a delicate part of the ceramic mold, but it's there and it needs to be seen. So I'm constantly, brushing the ivy back so that usually I want to focus on the plants, but here I want to focus on the candle. It's so pretty. So cute little clock. What time is the clock say? Oh, it's after midnight. It's after midnight.
All right.
Maybe he's sneaking down to see what Santa brought.
Or to get some cheese. He's probably going to get some cheese curds.
I think he probably keeps cheese curds under his pillow, Jason, just like you.
A good mouse or a good antique vintage seller would. Absolutely.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and start a countdown. Jamie, if you want to put your link in the chat, that would be absolutely fine. Your Instagram link or your whatnot link.
It won't, Bill, unless you're a mod. But to answer your question, Kay, just go to Vintage Lolly over on Instagram, and then you can find her from there. Or if one of our mods can quickly do a couple clicks and do it, that would be nice to help Jamie out. Thank you, Karen. Thank you so much, Karen.
Right now, we'd be looking for 33 or more on this little amazing piece of holiday wonderfulness. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bid end. Jason, I have the filter turned off. I think it corrected my wrinkles. I think it erased my wrinkles forever.
I think it did.
Thank you for the bid end, Karen. D, this is yours. Congratulations.
All right, guys. And a quick reminder, me and Bill have giveaways tonight. Do you want to show your giveaway real quick again, Bill? If you purchase, we'll be telling you how you can win it. He's good. He's good. I love looking at him from the side. And I love the ones that have the hair like this. I do too. Because the Santas, they made like Santas that go with them, Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So,
and the beard is like that, yeah.
Agreed. Well, if you purchased from him or I, at the end of the sale, we're going to tell you, if you purchased, how you can win this. And this is a handmade piece, and it is, I want to make sure I say her name right. It's Atomic Betty Vintage. Okay, you can follow her on Instagram. These are the vintage eyes and mouth. And I know my vintage loving friends in the chat, that that's the anthropomorphic faces that are on all that plastic fruit. So this will be up for grabs if you purchase from me tonight. So we got about 2 or 3 more rounds. So we'll get it moving here. $10 choice, and it's going to be choice on some Christmas global figurines. Okay. So this one, when you find it, usually their wispy scarves are usually broken or repaired. This one has no damage at all. So you got 2 buddies shaking hands, 2 ladies shaking hands, 2 friends, maybe a couple, whatever you want it to be. It is a snow couple shaking hands. So, and they're made by Global. So you can see that they are stamped there on the bottom, some embossing. So this is your first choice at just $10. It measures 4.5 by 4.5. Okay. So that's going to be your first choice. I had sold Global figurines with Amy a few weeks ago. I had 2 of these. So this is the second one. The other one didn't sell either, but this is the second one. So just $10. I think he is very like a Kris Kringle. He's very like a Belschnickel kind of Santa, very German. And again, you can see it is a Global underneath. This is the one that does have the signature on it, meaning that somebody just autographed it a bit at the factory, and it is from 1975. This one, and I think there's a snow person, usually have like a little broom coming out of here. 9 times out of 10, they're missing. This one's missing. That's why he's starting at just $10, okay? But he's always got that look of surprise on his face. Really good condition, and a lot of these Global figurines look really good with your Japan kitschy ones. I think Global hit the mark when it came to these high quality detailed figurines with a flair of kitsch. So he would be your second choice. Then I never see this one. I think we all love a good boot, depending where you're from. You could pop a bottle brush tree in there if you want to, but this is a Global piece as well. It is. And this is really neat. And again, if you guys know your Global figurines, you don't see the boot all that often. So
I didn't even know they made one.
See, I didn't either, Bill, until I bought that small collection. I thought for sure when I got this, I do sound a little Canadian, Karen. I'm trying for our Canadian.
Napco, right?
What?
You thought it was going to be Napco, right?
I did. I honestly did. Or I thought it was going to be Hobbyist. I didn't think it was going to be Global, but it is Global. And the measurements on this, it's actually 3x3. So it's a nice little size, 3x3. Thank you all for the bids. I see you in Metal Girl at 14. So we're looking for 15 or more. Again, it will be on choice. This is your third little choice, the little boot at 3x3. Your second choice was the Santa. So the only thing that's wrong with him is he's missing his little broom that would stick out of there. But honestly, you know what? I've had one of these in my collection before. That little broom becomes a hassle to keep tucking in. I always took mine out. So that's why I think a lot of them are missing, because a lot of the collectors that use them year by year took them out. So that was your second choice. And he measures 4 inches tall by 3 inches wide. Then if y'all love yourself some snow people, this little figurine is pretty doggone epic. Usually the scarves have damage. There's no damage to this. And this measures 4.5 by 4.5. So thank you all for the bids. Debbie's in at 18. Let's go ahead and count the choice down. This will be 1. He will be 2. Sorry to cover your head, Santa. And the boot will be number 3. Okay, that's how we'll claim them. 19 or more, counting them down. We're doing just in case for active bidders from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Again, you'll claim the snow person as 1, Santa as number 2, who's very surprised that he's Santa, and number 3 will be Boot. They are, Jamie, you're right. They are all good together. It does. It gives you the best of all 3 worlds together. So, all right, Teresa, you get first choice at 21. Metal Girl, you'll have backup. Debbie, you'll be the third backup. So, Teresa, let me know. 1 is the Snow family or the Snow friends. 2 is going to be the Santa. And 3. So you want the Snowman and the boot? They are yours. Thank you so much. Then Metal Girl, we'll just wait another second. Metal Girl, let me know if you want Santa. I don't know if anybody likes poor Santa. So Metal Girl, let me know if you want Santa. Debbie, you would have choice. And then Nikki, you would be backup. So I can work in the chat. Okay, we got Metal Girl taking a pass. No problem. Thank you so much. Debbie, you're on deck. Let me know, Debbie. Then next would be Nikki. Pity Pat's Pickin' would be next. Then we'd be back to Linda, and I think that was everybody. So we'll just wait a moment here to see from Debbie. Debbie, did you want Santa? All right, you're taking a pass on Santa. Nikki, you're next at 15. Let me know, Nikki, if you're interested. Pity Pat's Pickin', you'll be right after Nikki. And Nikki, okay, taking a pass. So I'll work it from here. I'll wait to hear from Pity Pat's Pickin'. And then Linda, you'll be on deck at 12. All right, Bill.
So Jason, I was going to offer these for choice, but these 2 little guys have been like staring at me, begging me not to split them up. So I'm not going to split them up. So because of that, I'm going to start this set at $24.
All right.
And I have a couple of Santa's helpers who are really tired. They needed a nap. I've got these 2 little guys. They've had a day. You know, this guy, you know, he was working on something and tore his apron. They are wooden shoed Noel Santa helpers.
Oh my God.
Noel stickers on the bottom. And they are super cute. At first glance, you might think that it's the same mold, but actually it is two different faces. The taller one has a skinnier face, a different set of cheeks, and obviously the really neat glasses. They are actually glued on behind his ears. And then the smaller one has a much chubbier face with bigger smile and a bigger round cheeks. And they can stand on their own. The smaller one does still have the Noel Japan sticker, but the larger one doesn't. And other than the tattering on their aprons, they are in really good condition. They actually have yarn hair. They have these cute little caps. They have to wear these in Santa's workshop so they don't get their hair all over the toys that they're making. And they have fur on the cuffs of their.
So good.
Yeah, they're really, really good. I have a very similar pair in my collection, so that's why I'm sharing them. But I love this pair in particular because of the height difference. I think it's just so, like, they're buddies. They're best buddies. And we all can't be as tall as Jason. So, you know, they're good friends.
Yeah, they are.
So the taller, and again, the red is in really good condition. The felt, the hat is actually velvet, I believe, and the outfit is felt. A lot of times the white felt gets a lot of staining from the glue, and I don't see a lot of that here. So again, in pretty good condition.
Steel, I just want to confirm. Oh, okay. Steel. Okay. Thank you, Steel. He's yours for $10. Thank you so much.
So this is our, if I'm correct, this is our second to last round. We only have one more round after this. So I'm going to start the countdown if anyone else is interested. Thank you, Verlaine, for your bid. We're looking for 25 or more. And active bidders can use a just in case to secure your bid. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Jason, look at the wrinkles on this one's forehead. He needs a filter.
He does. With the way I've been working, I'm feeling those wrinkles. I'm earning with that marathon. I earned them wrinkles.
Thank you for the bid end, Karen. MJ Bear, you did not need your just in case. This set is yours for $25. Thank you so much. So happy we're able to keep them together. They literally were staring me down through their closed eyes.
It's funny how emotional and personal we get with some of this vintage. You know what I mean? So, Karen Gillette, thank you so much for being our mod and bid ender tonight. Please drop Gavin's link in the chat. We need to get him some more subscribers. He is Karen's husband, also known as Grady Grupo, Vintage Recordings. So, gang, if you love music, please make sure you're subscribed to his channel. You will not be disappointed. And I'm just waiting any day now, or maybe in a week or two, you're going to hear some Christmas music, I'm sure, from our man Gavin. So, I know that we all grew up with something like this in our house. So $12, you're going to get the set of these studio or hobbyist dishes. Now, there is always rough spots to the tips on here, okay, because they weren't glazed the hardest or the thickest, but I'm not going to call them chips. I'm going to call them rubs or roughness, okay? So you're going to get the set of 3. They are stackable for just $12. So let me get my measurements and we'll show them to you. We're going to start with the smallest one. So we love these speckled trees, and this one is really unique, the way they painted it. A lot of times they're painted like this, okay? So that's why I brought these, because if you're looking for a unique set of little dishes that you can use these. You can use these. Now, remember, the tips are all a little rough. They're normally rough. So this is your first one that you're going to get. It's 5 inches. So it's 5 inches. And the red on this does read on it is the 70s oranger red. So it's very mid-century. So you put this with a good, like, green ceramic Christmas tree, this really pops and really makes you reminisce of Christmases gone by. Again, this is not a traditional way that they paint it. It's almost like a lava glaze. It is very almost, treasure craft style. That's what, attracted me to it because, again, you don't see a lot of trees that are painted like this. A lot of them are painted with just that speckling. So this is your second one in the set, 6.5 inches tall. So 6.5 inches tall. I couldn't find any autographs or any initials on it, so we don't know who made them, but definitely 1960s, 1970s, that's when this was popular. And then you have your larger dish. Again, they're graduating, so they are stackable. The larger one is 7.5 inches tall. So thank you, Buttermilk and Cream. I see you in at 12. We're looking for 13 or more. These can be propped, so you could use them. If you wanted to use them in your kitchen, you could prop them up as decor. They have a teeny tiny lip in there. Not that I would go throwing a nail in there, but if you get those little plate hangers, you could put them on here and you could use it as wall decor. And now Bill left. So hopefully Bill comes back. So again, this was your larger one. It's funny, he didn't like my trees. I don't know why Bill didn't like my trees. So 13 or more. Oh, wait, Bill's back. There you are. Okay. Did it kick you out or did some? Oh, wow. Come on now, StreamYard. Again, this is your larger one in at 7.5. This is your next one. So this is your 6.5. And then now that I'm holding this, look at me, I'm performing magic. The 6.5, boom, there's your 5-inch one right on top. So we'll hold up the 5-inch one. We're going to count them down. Remember, we have some rough tips, okay? They're usually always like that. So I don't want to call them chips because there's not like huge chunks of white showing, but they do get knocked around and they always have like a rough spot. So 16 or more, let's count them down. We are doing just in case for active bidders from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Probably because Bill is messing around with the filter. I'm sure that's what it is.
No, I don't need the filter, Jason.
I have no comment, Bill. I believe you.
I turn 40 next month.
I know, and I turn 29 next month. And I got some oceanfront property in Arizona I'd like to sell you, Bill. Oh my gosh. We are two young looking handsome guys, Bill. I don't care what anybody says. So
I agree.
Buttermilk and Cream, they're coming to you for $15. Thank you so much. All right, Bill.
Okay, everyone, this is the last round before our recap and then our giveaways. And I'm going to bring one more piece of Plastic Fantastic. And this one is special. It's going to start it at $22. I'm a plastic guy, and this is not one I've had before. This is Santa and two little elves, two little Santa helpers skating on a pond.
I love it. I couldn't quit. Look, I had to rewind your reel. Your reel numbers might be up because I kept going back to look at that because I was like, did he make that? I've never seen that. Like, this is good. Came.
But when you look closer, you wonder. Look at what Santa's wearing on his feet. He has like little mini skis, and not. I mean, I think that's probably what they needed to do to make it stable. But those are taking the place of the ice skates. But the little guys here have the ice skates, and you know Santa's good at this, and these guys are just learning, so they're falling all over the place. There's this really great sort of icicle snow, melting snow detail around the edge, and then these beautiful poinsettia all around. Yeah, I think this one is just great. And we were remarking earlier about how great the paint was on the other ones. This is what is more typical of these sort of plastic fantastic pieces where you see little areas of paint loss because they are super old. He's fallen a couple times on the ice, so he has some scuffs on his behind here, but really, really fun. And it's a big one too. It's bigger than the snow person houses that I showed earlier. This is 8.5 inches tall from base to the top. And it is really, really fun.
Oh, I love this.
Take a closer look. Go ahead.
Honestly, like if you were going to start with one, this is a good one to start with because you're starting with one of the harder to find ones. So you can fill in the other ones a little simpler. It's when you start with the common one, then it's not so easy.
And as I said, these are all Hong Kong pieces. So They were made for the floral industry and the baking industry. So again, they, like Jason said earlier, with some other items, candy tins. At the time, they weren't made, to last, but people love them, keep them. And the other thing about this is someone really did store this correctly, because I think a lot of these poinsettias get really fragile in really cold and really hot weather. And these aren't. Sometimes you pick them up and they just crumble in your hand. All right, but it is our last round. I'm going to move it along. So if anyone else is interested, now is the time to bid. Right now, we're looking for 31 or more. I'm going to start that countdown. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. I love these little schemes.
I know. This just takes me back to being a kid and my grandma putting these out on the mantle and stuff. It's like, it's.
And I remember kind of being like, can't we get the good stuff in the store? Why do we have this?
Yeah, and then that smell. I didn't like it as a kid. Now I'm kind of okay with the smell.
Okay, there's the bid end. Thank you, Karen. Shannon, your 34 came in right after the bid end. So Philomena, congratulations. This is yours for 30. Thank you so much.
So good. All right, guys. My last item is going to start at just $10. I know, Steele. I know. Just $10. And I found these at the end of last year. And I had heard rumors that she wasn't going to make these anymore. So I put them to the side. I don't know what generation Joanna Parker these are. But I do accept this kind of newer contemporary as a vintage feel. So if I would highlight my own amount, we could show you that these are just going to start at $10. All right. You saw the message, right, Bill, to send it? Okay. So $10. So it's going to be $10 on these Joanna Parker Santa shakers. There's no damage to them whatsoever. I see you in, Susan, at 10. Thank you so much. Again, I heard rumors last year that some of the styles were going to be discontinued. I don't know if they did or they didn't, but I did find these at the end of last year, and I didn't find them at a shop. I found them at a secondary place. So I also know some folks are in areas where you can't go out and find them. So I thought, okay, me and Bill always try to stay strict to the vintage, but I thought I would give these as an offer up in case you were in an area that you couldn't get them. So here's your little 3-hole Santa. Thank you, Metal Girl. And then he is your 2-hole Santa. Again, if you guys can't afford some of the expensive vintage, these are probably going to fill that void and give you that kind of a feel. And of course, you can start with this, and then you can trade it out for some real Holt Howard or some real Napco.
But the reality is, Jason, there's a whole group of people out there who collect this.
Yes, you are right. And when we're sitting around 20 years from now talking about what we did now, that's what they're going to go nuts over. These are what they're going to be.
And the Halloween, yeah.
Agreed. And I got to tell you that if I was going to collect something new, this would be what I would collect, because I think they do it justice and there is quality to it. For things made in China, there's quality to these. They both have their stoppers and they measure 3.5 inches tall. 3.5 inches tall. You're right. You're exactly right. They are retro enough. So 13 or more, we're going to wrap it up. Let's count it down. If y'all are interested, put in bids, or just in case, 13 or more, counting them down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Metal Girl's in right now at 12. We're looking for 13 or more in the Joanna Parker shakers. I did have pink ones last year. I think it was a cream and sugar. Oh, they do a good pink on these. Thank you all for the bids. I see you, Susan Lynn, in at a just in case. We got the Cajun Princess in at a 16 right before the bid ends. So Susan Lynn, they're coming to you for $17. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay, so we have a very short recap, and then we have our giveaways. So don't leave. You can see who gets the giveaways. Anyone who bought from us can win the giveaway that we are doing. But during the recap, I think we probably both have 1 or 2 items to show. All the same rules apply. Just in case is still good if there are multiple bids. Karen Gillette remains our bid ender. What we're going to do is just show you the item, say what the start price is, wait for some bids to come in as we're talking about it. If no bids come in, not a problem. We set it aside. If a bid comes in, it's the only bid, it becomes a straight claim and the item is yours. If another bid comes in within a reasonable period of time, we will do a countdown. So when you're trying to claim something in the recap, it is important that you put your bid in quickly because we may move on from it before we see your bid. So I think that pretty much covers it all. My only item remaining, much to my surprise, actually, for $10, this was a $10 item, start bid, was this amazing plastic fantastic snow person. Of all the things that I brought tonight that I thought, there were quite a few things that I wasn't sure about, but this wasn't one of them. Yeah, pretty fantastic. There is no loss of the floral on here. The 3 Mercury glass bee balls that are on it are still here. Yeah, so it's pretty fantastic.
These are
so Heidi, go ahead, Jason.
I was going to say, these are so good, and they made other ones, and you can bundle them all together and make assemblages out of them and throw them in a bowl, hang them on a tree. I love them.
All right, I'll just do a quick countdown because we do have a bid. So now is the time if you're interested. We're looking for 11 or more. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bid end. Yeah, this is a good one. No cracks. The hat's still on it. No stains.
Yeah, and I love the crossover, the fact that it's the plastic and the Mercury.
Yeah. So thank you, Heidi. This is coming to you.
Okay, and I had one round that didn't sell. These are going to be 25 choice. If anybody's interested, they are the Hold Howard Head Carolers, okay? And they are the little cone dolls. Come on now, focus on there. Okay, so you can see the heads are the ceramic. They're the little carolers with their little caroling books, and they're little cone dolls. So, again, we'll highlight that. Thank you so much, Karen. They are stamped Japan, so if anybody's interested, they are similar, but one has a larger head. So they would be $25 if anybody's interested. Just put girl 25, and you could have one. She does have a little schmutz right there. They measure about 6 inches tall. So they measure about 6 inches tall. They're going to go good with your Hold Howard Feather Girls. They're going to go good with your other carolers. And even if you start out with these, you could collect the nylon girls that go with them, all sorts of things. So $25, just put girl, $25, 1 or 2. 1 or 2, and I'm not seeing any interest, and that is okie dokie. No one likes you, ladies. Okay, Bill, that was a pretty doggone good sale.
Yes, it was.
Yep. Thank you, Karen Gillette, for being our official mod and bid ender. Thank you, Holly, for being our backup this evening. Thank you, guys, for dropping all those links in there for us this evening. Okay, Metal Girl. So we got you for 25. Let me know, Metal Girl. Let me know if you want 1 or 2. Just let me know if you want 1 or 2. And I'll wait a moment for the lag because I think we're going to use numbers, or you'll probably use letters, Bill, to do your giveaway. But Metal, both. They're both yours. Thank you so much. All righty, Bill. You want to do your giveaway? Let me get you up here.
I sure will. So once again, I'm gonna offer up this little cutie with its ornament hanger still to anyone who purchased from me tonight. Not Jason, from me. So anyone who purchased from me is eligible. If you're interested, you may not want it, but it will come along in your bag. It's not going to add any weight to your bag, your box. It's probably less than an ounce, so you don't need to worry about that. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to hold up a Scrabble tile, and you are going. If you're interested and you have bought from me today, I am going to hold up a letter, and the first person who types the letter can claim it. Yes, I just want to remind people, if you bought from me this past weekend and I haven't already invoiced you, I will combine. And if you sent me your information this weekend, I already have it. You don't need to worry about it again. All right, so the letter to claim this little guy, let me hold him up to make it all official, is the letter G. The first person to type in G can claim this. Oh, and he has his Japan. His brother didn't have the Japan on it.
Oh. And remember,
Right.
you had to have bought from Bill. Okay.
So I see you, MJ Bear. Thank you, everyone. I see you all coming in. There always can only be one winner, though. I wish I could.
No.
Wish everyone could be a winner. But MJ Bear, I saw you first. Thank you so much.
All right. And Melissa, we did get your information. Tina did tell me that everyone who bought, she was pretty sure we had everybody's info. So Melissa, again, then, like I said, anything from the marathon, since I sold so much, is going to be one invoice. If there's one or two people that we can combine, we'll do that through an email. So Melissa, we'll take a look at stuff. If we can combine stuff from tonight, we'll do what we can do. We always, as resellers, want to save you guys as much money as possible, but we want it to get to you safe. So Melissa, I have your info and we'll communicate if we have to about anything. Okay. So my giveaway is going to be this Kitsch-tastic. I love these. I got two for myself. Got one to give away tonight. These are handmade by the very lovely Atomic Betty Vintage. Please follow her on Instagram. She made these lollipops, and then these are the vintage eyelashes and mouth. Also, I have it on a good source that she only has a few more she's making. So if y'all want some, you might want to go over to Instagram or head over to American Daydream outside of York, Pennsylvania, and pick yourself up one or two. So there's glitter on it. These are kitsch to the hilt. So if you purchased from me tonight, you're eligible to win this for free. The first person who puts in the letter A for Atomic Betty is going to win this in your box if you purchased from me. So really, really cute, even an old-fashioned popsicle stick. All right. First person I see, Susan Lynn. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to write you down, Susan. Susan Lynn is getting her. So I also might have to see if I can get a few more. I kind of enjoyed giving those away. So I might have to see if I could get a few more. But I know that she was making them when I was over there today.
Jason, you need to put yours on your hat in the opposite direction that mine is on my hat.
I'll work on that. I like that. Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us here tonight. If by chance you are not subscribed to my co-host, Bill, please make sure you do so. Especially make sure that notification bell is turned on so when he goes live, you will be notified. Also, Karen Gillette, thank you so much as always. Follow her husband, Gavin Grady, Grupo Vintage Recordings. Holly, love you, girl. Thank you so much, too. Couldn't do it without the Gillettes. And anyone else that we mentioned tonight, please follow all of them. This is a great community, and the more we get the word out about it, the more we can get people to these sales. So before we say when we're going to be back next, I just want to say, please, a call to action to keep this live community, especially here on YouTube, thriving. Tell your friends about it. I don't care if it's another sale. Tell your friends what you're doing and how much fun you're having, the great vintage you're getting, especially from old Mother Tucker and Garden Guy Bill. But make sure you tell them that and tell them what you do in the evening. And it supports small business. So I don't ever want to see this YouTube end. So we need to get some more people in here. So please tell a friend, tell a family member, say, hey, this is what I do. I enjoy it. Tell them how to come in here. And I think we could grow this even more next year in 2024. So I will shut up now, Bill. Where can they find you at next, my friend?
Well, Karen just dropped it into the chat. Every week on Thursdays at 5:00, I'm over on Instagram with my buddy Steph. And this week we are doing a 2-hour vintage holiday entertaining sale. So if you're looking for things to deck the table, deck the kitchen, deck the windows, that's what we're doing.
All right. I will be back this Wednesday right here on my channel, Mother Tucker's Antiques, with the one and the only Enamor Amy for some fantastic finds. We have probably 12 rounds. I do think, at least for myself, there will be Christmas mixed in. So I think, God, we all sit here and sell Christmas 24/7, but we're trying to mix a little bit. So there will be a mix. And then next Monday, make sure you come back because it's going to be the quad that you live for. We're going to have Misty Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter here with us, the one, the only Enamor Amy, my co-host Garden Guy Bill, and myself. We have some really good vintage on hold for you guys. I know mine's going to be a 50-50. It's going to be half, normal vintage, half Christmas vintage. Also, this Saturday, there'll be no uniquely vintage. I will actually be doing a wedding. I haven't DJ'd a wedding in over 10 years. So I will be DJing my friend John. His niece is getting married. So this Saturday I will be there DJing. So me and Rochelle we'll be back the following Saturday with some vintage for you. So Bill, did I miss anything? Anything that I missed?
Just our parting words, our parting message.
Yes, please, guys, especially even this time of the year as we head into the Christmas season. We do lose people. We do miss people. There are a lot of folks that could use people's help as they're leaving this world, wherever you think they might go. So I myself was granted the gift of an organ donation, which if I hadn't have gotten, I wouldn't be here. So please, as we head into this season, give it some thought. Please become an organ donor. It's very simple. All you need to do is go to your DMV website. Next time you even get your driver's license renewed. There are other ways, but that's the easiest way. You just click yes. You can even go in and click yes now and not even get a new driver's license. And when you depart and you leave us, you could give multiple other human beings another chance at life to live and provide and go on a little bit longer. So please, if you do anything for me this holiday season, please do two things. Give a gift of Toys for Tots and go become an organ donor. Those are the two things near and dear to my heart. So please and thank you. And Bill, it's always a pleasure. And everybody, have a great night. We'll see you back here. I'll see you back here Wednesday at 8 p.m. with an Amy. Till then, guys,